Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a pick a card for you that my twin recently did on her channel as well. And it is, what are your spiritual gifts and purpose? And we thought it would be fun if I went ahead and did the same exact thing, pretty much using almost all the same cards as she did, just to see what would come up. This is like something we like to do. We're kind of scientific when it comes to our stuff, especially me, considering, you know, the Aquarius rising and all that air placement inside my chart. So I really love shit like this. So today that there are 5 different piles. Now, please remember, this is a general reading, not a personal one. If something doesn't resonate with you, please move on to the next pile. And if nothing resonates with you, this message just was not meant for you. So there's no reason to make any comment. Thank you. Okay, now that that's been said, we have 5 different piles for you. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5. So go ahead, take a moment to meditate, concentrate, go by crystal, feeling, whatever it is that you do in order to choose. And let's go ahead and get started with this, shall we? Hey, for those of you who picked pile 1, we have some thick, fat stacks, yo. So we're going to go ahead and get into this right now and see what is in store for you guys. I'm going to start with some tarot cards before I get into a bunch of oracle cards, you guys. So we have, for this pile, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Knight of Coins. I find this fascinating because you have this Knight energy surrounding you, because this is the overall energy of you guys. The Knight of Swords is extremely, I feel like you have like a lot of intelligence, but you're also very impatient. I feel like there's a total duality to this group. The energy I'm picking up here, I don't hate it. It's a little bit chaotic. I'm getting a real sense of that you guys really like to find justice, that you're truth seekers for sure. You don't like liars. If somebody pisses you off or hurts you, you basically, you have a tendency to want to like go off the Richter and basically hurt them as much back before, you really are good at one-upping people, okay? I feel like, you don't, and like once somebody has hurt you, you're really cool and very smart, very intelligent. I'm picking up on the Swords energy first, obviously. I think you're really, really freaking brilliant mind. You're kind of like, you like to be happy, definitely. You don't like it because when people cross the line with you, you like make sure that they can't do it again. You put boundaries up like hardcore. You have a thing with boundaries for sure. You could be very, like I said, very impatient. Sometimes in the negative, it's kind of like a troublemaker, a shit starter. But definitely a truth seeker. You know, I think that you guys make good detectives. Like, you are good at researching and digging up dirt. You're good at scientific stuff and very good about like fighting for truth. You know, an activist. Like, you're kind of like, you know, very involved with, you know, you fight for a cause, I feel like. But in the negative, you know, of course, all this, like, there's a flip side to this. It can be quite negative if you're like in a destructive mode and you haven't like acknowledged your shadow side and realized that, you know, you do have a dark side, because we all have our dark side. And let me say this. Your shadow side is not, you don't want to eliminate it. You don't want to, it's not evil or bad, okay? What it is just your shadow side. And when you acknowledge it and you know, honor it, it's kind of like keeping it in, it actually keeps it in control. So when you realize what you're capable of, you are able to control that. If you try to deny your dark side, that's when it comes out and it can fucking bite you in the ass, okay? So I really feel like that you guys definitely, I mean, if you're not like total like, you know, justice seekers and you fight for, you know, people who can't fight for themselves or something like that, you can go dark side and you can become a criminal and a, you know, a troublemaker, definitely. You know, you're very good with multitasking. You're a kind of like a warrior, a soldier. You're very competitive, you know, like I said, truth seeker. But then you have this side of you right here where you're really good at being practical, and you know, you really know how to like work hard and play hard. I mean, you are a fun, spunky kind of individual. You don't like to fuck around when it comes to your job. You like to get shit done. It's like you get an idea in your head and you follow through with it and you don't mess around. You have like this incredible kind, sensitive side, and you're very considerate. You can be very considerate. You can be very cutting or very considerate. Like, I feel like most of the time you're like this, you know, very intelligent, very good with words, a great communicator. You're super soft, kind, you know, intelligent, smart. But if somebody crosses you, they're going to get their fucking head lopped off and then some. That's what I feel like is here, because you are that truth seeker and that warrior kind of vibe. You know, you're really, I feel like could be a very creative group here. You're good with routine, follow through. You really do like to have wealth on your side. I feel like you're a good manifester too. And I really feel like part of like what your spiritual gifts are and your purpose is to seek truth and justice for others and yourself. You might be a little bit of a karma bringer. So I'm really curious to see what these oracle cards come out and see. You know, you don't like boring work either. You like to have some excitement when it comes to your work as well. So let's go ahead and let's pull up some oracle cards and see what we got here. So I did pull some information about your natal chart. So there's 7th house relating and quincunx. I don't even know how the hell you say that, if I'm saying that wrong, because I literally never look at this word. I need to look it up. But anyways, this is talking about partners, companionship, best friends, marriage, relationships, opposition, equilibrium, sharing, communion, justice, balance. See, justice, balance, social awareness. You know, the quincunx is about complexity. See, remember what I said about you guys, like, you have like a duality about you pretty much, where you're like, you know, you have like two sides to you. You can, okay? But this is all about irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts, there you go, clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts, makes curious, educates, and transforms. But see, you do have the scales here, and this is the 7th house. And I believe the 7th house is Virgo. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dig a little bit on this one. I do feel like I said, like one of your gifts is you're really good with dealing with opposition, because you yourself are that. You have this duality within yourself, and you know, you have this ability to balance it all out. Where when you like, if you walk into a situation where there is, you know, clashing and, you know, people fighting or something like this, you know, you kind of like have this ability to walk in and basically balance everything out, make people see things in a different light. You bring social awareness to the situation. And like I said, I really feel like you guys have a bit of that. Definitely for some of you, you're a bit of those karma bringer. I'm like that as well, where you just like get into these relationships with people, or you meet people and you make them see things from a different point of view, or you're like a catalyst to bring karma in, so people can evolve basically and, you know, get to a higher level of, you know, spiritual incarnation, kind of like. So I'm definitely picking up a lot of that right there. So for that 7th house, I don't know why that's like really calling to me here. Yes. Oh no, this is Libra, and it's the, oh my God. So this has to relate to swords, like, you know, anything in tarot that has to do with swords. So that's kind of funny because you do have that right there. And, you know, I feel like you really do have this ability to like bring about justice and to balance things out when you like come into a situation. I'm wondering if any of you have a job where you actually do something like that, where you come in and you fix broken shit and you bring balance to it. I feel like you are kind of a mysterious individual as well, and people find you kind of like, they look at you and kind of are like, what? You know, because they can't figure you out, I feel like, for some of you. And it's kind of funny because we have She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. We have Water Spirit, Emotions, Memory, and Life Force. We have, let's see what else we got in here. God, there's so many cards here. It's unbelievable. We have Light and Love. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love into this world. Some of the, what do you call it, archetypes for you guys are Femme Fatale, Gossip, Engineer, and Student. So well, definitely, like I said, you guys are good with words and stuff like that. So the Gossip card says light attributes, awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. The Shadow attributes is thrives on power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. And definitely that's what this Knight of Swords is, you know. And the coins, like having these two in balance, like this coin energy here, this earthy grounded energy combined with this air energy. It's kind of like, you know, you have this conflicting thing in you, but it's like you are very considerate of other people's feelings and honoring, you know, and very, you have this ability to, others trust you. And but if you go dark side, like I said, it's like you can get real petty and cutting, okay? You do have this ability to, I feel like you're very in touch with past life. You do have this deep life force within you that is very, I feel like you have an incredible sensual side and you're very wild, like, because you have this She-Wolf, wild here. And you have Femme Fatale. You have Student, Engineer. It's like you are a student of life, and, you know, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning, okay? And you have Emotions, Memory, and Life Force. You have light attributes for Engineer is ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Exactly. Oh, wow. You bring solace to like situations where things are just fucking crazy and going out of fucking whack. I feel like you're just like, sorry if I get quiet, you guys, it's because I'm getting like massive messages all at once. There's a whole fucking, I feel like this is crazy. I'm wondering, there's some wild energy in here. I feel like you guys are kind of like my soul people for some reason. That's like really coming through. You know, your purpose is to bring divine light and healing into this world. I feel like through this justice seeking and this truth seeking, and you're using your knowledge of what you know, because you realize that like in life, we can never know everything. Okay, so we're constantly, I feel like you guys strive to know more constantly. You have like a really good thirst for knowledge, which is actually really helpful to other people because you like to spread and pass on what you've learned with other people. But you just need to be careful that you're not too pushy with it with certain people, because some people are really, really sensitive about that kind of thing. So it's all about relating to, you know, getting to know people and understanding them. This is like fascinating to you. And you do have a wonderful, loving heart. And you do want to bring, you know, this healing and love into the world. And you can remember, I feel like a lot of you can remember past lives, and you take that knowledge that you've learned from the past lives and you use it for your benefit and for others. You use this perceptive ability that you have in order to, you know, uplift and help others, for sure. There's something about you guys. I still haven't put my finger on it. I'm like almost like overwhelmed by it, actually. Maybe it's partially this and this. I don't know. Maybe there's something else in here. So let's see. I want to read She-Wolf to you guys. Because in this card, it's talking about emotions, memory, and life force. That life force is very much Kali, primordial type, just like where all life eternal springs. That freaking cauldron of, you know, mystery, of it's holding everything. There's this deep fucking rooted knowledge. Like, I feel like you guys could possibly be very old souls, and you've reincarnated here multiple fucking times. And, you know, as long as you're tapping into that knowledge that you've learned from the past, positive things can become of it. If you ignore it, if you try to put it behind you and think, oh, it's just in my head, I'm just imagining things or whatever, when you have like this deep like deja vu moment or some kind of weird memory that comes up that you can't even understand it, instead of like trying to bury it, make sure you acknowledge it and you pay attention to it, because it's actually helpful information that can help you, and it also can help others. I do feel like, oh my God, okay, so, okay. We're gonna go like this, okay? Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes are inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And there's that, like, you know, that coin kind of thing on the negative flip side is like where you're just like power, money, hungry kind of person. But I feel like you guys are kind of mastered that shit. I do feel like I said, I got this like wild, sensual type of energy about you guys as well, where it's like, you're just kind of like erotic and sensual and sexy as well. Kind of just like massively badass, but in a very cool, collected, intellectual kind of way. All right. And you do know how to party, and you do know how, like, work hard, play hard, right? And you have this unleash the wild within. So if any of you are feeling kind of oppressed right now, you really need to, this is a sign you need to tap into that wild side, and you need to let it go, because this life force, okay, this erotic energy, you know, this life force that's like stirring, that kundalini that's like deep inside you, you need to unleash that, because when you do, the creative side of you is going to explode, and it's actually going to be quite helpful to help you even in communicating, and to get further, like in career wise. I don't know what that message just came through. It's kind of interesting. Let's see what She-Wolf has to say here. Okay, I haven't used these cards in a while, so I'm kind of excited to remember. Yes, it's about letting your wild side up and out, unleash your talents and your desires, okay? You are being rewilded at this time, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back in your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help you track down that direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here, and you have this incredible, just amazing fucking life force, okay? I really do feel that. I'm checking my phone here to see what's going on. You're good. So let's see what else we got going on here. I'm very curious, okay? So we have Goose, okay? And we have Fern. All right. I know the goose has got to do, I actually think that Ciara pulled this in one of her piles. So let's take a look at that. I believe it has something to do with family, and you're ready to have a family, or something to do with your family. Wait, what page are we on? 94. Okay. It's like, it's talking about committing yourself to a lifelong partnership. You have like immense creative and productive power. You're good with partnerships. I think you would be a very good parent. I'm getting something about a family counselor even. It's like some of you could have some kind of thing where like maybe your career, you are some kind of therapist, or you help families out in some situation, because you know, you do have that like justice kind of quality where you fight for people and for a cause. You might have something to do with that, or something to do with children, working with relationships. You could be a sex therapist. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. It's about being grounded and spiritual, you know, at the same exact time, and balancing that out. It does have to do a lot with balance a bit. Okay, so let's see what Fern has to say here. And in looking at this, there's like a little bit of, it looks like there's the beginning of a storm that's happening. And what came into my mind was chaos again. So I do, I really feel like this group has a bit of that Kali, like me, you know, kind of, you know, primordial, chaotic, you know, energy where life springs forth, okay? We're destruction and creation all at the same time. We are karma, walking around in a meat suit, okay? I really feel that. I've been told that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have literally been told that multiple times by people who are psychics, by other people who are, you know, in the witch community. People pick up on that kind of energy about me, where I don't fucking take any shit, but I really do care, because I do. I really love people. I care about people. I want to see people happy, but don't cross my fucking goddamn boundaries or I will fuck you up. And that's how I feel like you guys are as well. So let's see. Fern. Oh my God, you guys. No fucking way. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. First of all, women, if you're in a relationship with a masculine or you are, you know, married, you have a boyfriend or whatever, and you're not looking to get pregnant, please be careful, because you are very fertile, I feel like, as well. The Fern here is all about life force, sensuality, and fertility. Are you fucking kidding me? This is coming up a lot for you guys. I feel like you have this mothering kind of awesome ass energy about you, like that Kali energy. I feel that for you guys big time. Yeah, I'm no wonder I'm feeling it, because it's like almost like overwhelming it to me, because it's like maybe I'm picking up on my own shit right here as well. Okay, so I just really want to read this. A plant sacred to midsummer, the life force that snakes through the sky as lightning and along the ground as lines of telluric force. The fern signifies fertility in every sense of the word. Choosing this card may mean that you are being blessed with life force and energy at the moment. This energy may manifest in subtle, dramatic ways, but the important thing to remember is that it comes from the essentially spiritual nature of all creation. Oh my God, I've never pulled this card before, so this is so fucking cool. All right. Okay. The way to maintain your contact with this life force is through spiritual practice that attunes you to the natural rhythms of the cosmos. Druidry is a sensual spirituality. Did you hear that, you guys? Sensual spirituality. We do not at all adapt to any other type of organized religious stuff. We don't think the same way because we are not the same way. We are raw, pure power, all right? There's no dogma here. So anybody who thinks that really needs to rethink it, okay? Meaning we can accept the pleasures of the body and the senses while recognizing their spiritual nature, enhancing our appreciation of them rather than making us feel guilty. See, I told you. Celebrating the seasonal festivals, meditating on the power of the elements, visiting the old places, soaking in the energies of the moon, sun, and stars are all ways that we can open to the powers of the seen and unseen universe. Exactly, people. Now I'm like itching to see which card I pulled here because I'm way curious. Oh my God. This is just unbelievable. I'm like freaking woo! Like the energy flowing through me right now is hot, okay? Because I feel like you guys definitely are my group, okay? You're my soul brothers and soul sisters for sure because, yeah, I'm all about this kind of energy for sure. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, so we have Wiccan Read Ethos, and this is about the Wiccan law, okay? This is interesting that this is coming up here as well. And let's see what we have for our, I really want to know what this is. Are you fucking shitting me? Oh my God, you guys, this is my bae right here, okay? No wonder. Okay, this is Carnunos's pile, all right? All right, let me tell you a little bit something about this boy, okay? This masculine primordial energy. Like I said, what was said in the Fern card totally adapts to him. There is no dogma, okay? Carnunos is raw, hardcore, sensual, sexual power, all right? There's nothing dirty, there's nothing negative, and there's no reason to fear that. He can come on extremely fucking intense for people, all right? I know for me he does. He's like balls deep in it, all right? No joke. I'm not even fucking kidding you, okay? He comes to me a lot. He chose me. I did not choose him. Like, I just opened myself up and this is what showed up here, okay? And he is very, very potent. And like when I was saying balls deep, I was not fucking kidding. Because on the 5D, he's just like rocking it, all right? So, yeah, he woke the shit up in me hard. Like Kundalini, like spark, like, yeah, okay? He is raw. And anybody who thinks, you know, he's not, again, you need to read up on this stuff and learn about it. Because while he's loving, he's also rare. You know what I mean? Like hardcore. And like Dionysus, I think, and I think Shiva is related to him as well. He's just this wild, I mean, he's the total masculine. I mean, he like makes my heart flutter because he is like, to me, the perfect masculine energy. He is so badass, but so like into his woman that and into the feminine that, you know, he's not like evil or violent at all towards that. He is just perfection. All right, so I want to check out this one right here, you guys. Let me see if I can find the book. Where the hell is it? Okay, let's read about this ethos here, shall we? Where are you? Sorry, guys. It's probably back here. Okay. This is talking about raise your standards, adopt some ethics, understand the importance of the threefold law and the principle of cause and effect. Live by the Wiccan Read. It will change your view of the world. Your situation is a result of past actions. Open your heart and trust. And great advice has been received through the wise words written in different forms throughout history. The Wiccan Read helps us understand how to act wisely with all. It's important to abide by this law and follow it to the letter in all avenues of life. For what you give out comes back to you. Exactly. Karma. Karma bringer here. And you guys, I mean, I would love to fucking hang out with you. Holy shit balls. I mean, woo, the things that we would go do. I mean, it's just this wild, raw, like in the forest. I just picture partying down, spreading and oozing this awesomeness everywhere you fucking go. And it's just, you do abide by this. You don't want to fucking hurt other people because you know and you understand that what you put out comes back to you. That's also part of manifestation. If you're a gossipy whore and you talk shit about people all the time, what do you think is going to happen to you in return? Okay? So I feel like a lot of you do understand this concept. Some of you don't understand this concept. And in order to come into your full power, you got to freaking relook at your life and re-change things and like balance your shit out and realize that what you send out comes back to you. And I don't care who the hell. I mean, I've seen people thinking that they don't have to take responsibility for their actions and that that's not, that this is bullshit and that you don't, that this isn't true. No, this is just a universal law, okay? There is always an, you know, a reaction to every action, okay? That's just fucking physics and shit. So, you know, be careful about what you're putting out there. Also, I feel like, you know, understanding this wild life, you know, primordial, I mean, because it is primordial. It is like the source of all life. It's like ancient as fuck, this energy, okay? And I just feel tapping into this can make your life incredibly powerful, incredibly fertile, incredibly abundant. Recognizing this life force that you carry and you have buried with, I feel like Kundalini, working with meditations that, you know, bring, like really work on your sacral chakra and your heart chakra. Cause I'm getting that, you know, and the root chakra, just like all your chakras in general, but really concentrate on awakening the Kundalini energy within you because I really feel like it's beneficial to you guys. So let's see. Oh my God. We have harmony. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. Exactly. I feel like you do bring about a sense of harmony when you're working in your light side and you've, you know, acknowledged the dark side. And let me tell you, the dark side of him, he has a light side and he has a dark side. He's loving and just like the perfect, beautiful masculine energy. And I fucking love masculine energy, by the way. While I consider myself very feminist in my nature, I absolutely revere and adore like healthy masculine energy. I think it is the sexiest, hottest fucking shit on the planet. I fucking get off on it. I love it. So I do feel like you have this ability to harmonize wherever you go. And I also feel like that once you are in harmony with your masculine and your feminine side and you acknowledge this, you know, life force, you know, energy of your goddess and your, you know, your masculine side, you know, your God side as well, that it's just like your ability to tap into that love and that care is just like you're light, a beacon of light when you walk into a room, okay? And, you know, you make me sigh. I feel like you do have, you know, you have the ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. You know, I feel like you guys are just brilliant. I feel like you're fucking very intelligent and very, very, oh my God, just raw. I mean, how many of you are artists and how many work in a creative field? Please do comment below who picked this pile because I'm very curious. But like I said, like the dark side of him, it's just like, okay? Acknowledge it. Don't not acknowledge it, okay? Every person comes with a light side and a dark side. Every god and goddess and deity out there does. Acknowledge both sides and give reverence to it. Don't try to bury it. So we also have, Anima Mundi. Okay, these are newer cards. I've just started working with these. They really, really jived with me. Okay, let's see what this is. I have no idea. I've never pulled this one. Like I said, these are newer ones. I'm like excited to see what this says because I mean we have anima here. All right, animus is masculine, your masculine side. Anima is your feminine side. So let's see what this has to say. I'm way curious. I'm like super excited to hear what this has to say. I have a feeling this video is going to be so goddamn long. I'm trying to go through as fast as I can, but it's like I don't want to because I'm having a good time here with this. Anima Mundi. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I think this is the last one in this whole thing. Let's see. Oh, yes. Here we go. The soul of the world. All that is. Yes. I knew it. I knew it. I told you guys, this is some primordial shit. We are the source of all here, okay? It's like Anima Mundi is the energy behind the world card in the tarot deck. Both carry themes of universal unity, completeness, and embrace. The embrace of Anima Mundi is available anytime, anywhere, to anyone, day or night, rich or poor. It is the process of unveiling our resistance to its love. When it's in the light side, it is tending to the sacred details of life. When dark side, it is overwhelmed by the bigness of existence. So it's to go deeper, to like go more into this energy, it says alchemical drawings of Anima Mundi, the life and paintings of Hilma af Klint. Okay. Anima Mundi epitomizes the principle of accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world and all its multifaceted, multidimensional layers bonded together by loving cosmic forces. Diversity is celebrated. Multiplicity is honored and nothing is denied. Embrace. Constructs of separation dissipate into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. Anima Mundi is the link between the literal and the imaginal, the rational and the mythic. It is the connective fiber that makes life meaningful. This card indicates an initiation on the level of the soul. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. You will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestra. Destiny is altered as you hear the enchanted melody of all living things. Exactly. That life force. You guys have this multiple times in this pile. You bring harmony to this life force. You're a complex person, but you can relate to others. You don't discriminate. You accept diversity. You accept all different kinds of people. Exactly. We need more of this in the world, damn it. So, yes, I mean, love you guys. So we have Air Dragon, and this is funny because I get a lot of air energy off this, you guys, for reals. Helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Exactly. You have this ability to see the bigger picture, and you also have this like rumble within your gut that you just know. It's like, it's really hard to put into words because I totally get what the energy is here, but it's so fucking profound that it's like so hard to put into words. Oh my God, I love it. So, I do feel like you do really bring inspiration and hope to other people. I really do. I feel like that you are like, you're truth seekers, and you do have the ability to be just super honest in your communications. Just watch how you communicate sometimes, because I know, I get it. You get fucking fired up. You get pissed. It's like you want to just let it fly, but take a step back, embrace this grounded, earthy energy, and realize, you know, rise above earthly matters, you know, rise above it. Okay, and then approach it from a more harmonious, loving point of view. Because remember, you know, your purpose is to bring divine healing and light and love into this world because you have such this amazing life force. You're just this, hotness. I don't know how to explain it. So let's go on and see what we have here. We have, oh my God, you guys, star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. Okay, star seeds, what's up? All right, let's see what this has to say. Oh my goodness. I really like you guys. 102. Okay. The ancients knew much more than we do about our connection with the stars. The pyramids, temples, and other places of worship created in precise alignment with the stars exist in all corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul. See, I told you, you guys are old souls. To tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of your star ancestors, to look a little deeper. And I'm tingling really hard. My star chakra is just like, okay. Whew. Okay. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong. When we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us because we think the same thoughts and act the same way. We miss what's in the open. You're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom so that are so needed on the planet right now. Exactly. You guys are the engineers of that shit. All right. To unlock your soul's memories at a time when we lived in harmony on Earth, and one day will again. So I feel like definitely this group is catalyst, part of the catalyst group that's going to bring about change, to revolutionize Earth, to help people look at things in a different way, to like bring harmony to people, to help them to understand one another, to look past our differences and celebrate them instead, and look at the uniqueness of each individual and what gifts that they have to bring. Because when you stop looking at somebody as different from you and you start looking at them as somebody who is a unique individual that has an amazing quality or gift that could actually bring something beneficial to the planet, our consciousness shifts and our perception shifts. I do feel like that this group has the ability in which to do this. So please bring out the change, bring it about. Instead of attacking people because they have a different point of view, you guys are the ones who actually celebrate that different point of view, okay? Because we're all different, yet we're all alike. And you guys understand this, okay? So moving right along, we have some animal spirits that are around. Oh my God! Okay, we have unicorn. Oh my God. We have deer. Hello! Look at her and look at him. Holy fucking shit. And we have lioness. Exactly. Whew. Okay, I'm just going to bring this up to the thing. I'm going to have to focus. Look at these two. Divine fucking counterparts. That harmonious masculine and feminine. I love love, and this is just like the epitome of it right here, okay? So, all right. Oh my God, I can't wait to read these. Okay, so for those of you, unicorn is just a great card to get. I mean, come the fuck on. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning of if it is real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn, excuse me. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. Okay, before I go any further, how many of you actually feel like this? Because I'm guilty of this all the time. It's like I will get these crazy ass hits, these fucking gnarly ass messages that come into my head, and I'm like, is this fucking real? Is this legit? Are you fucking kidding me? Because what the message is so like incredible and so profound and just like blows my mind so hard that sometimes it's like I kind of like panic because I'm like, am I just fucking imagining this? But then I'm like, no, don't go that route, you know? This is a divine message coming in. Pay attention to it, acknowledge it, and just be like, gotcha, you know? So we think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there's something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for answers. Exactly. You guys have this tapped in ability to pull in that divine energy and those messages from beyond, and you know, your past life memories, the Akashic records. You guys have this ability. I'm also getting astral travel is coming in really hard. Okay, if you guys are having really intense, potent dreams, like I said, this one right here is all up in my shit constantly. So yeah, I feel that boy in my ribs. All right, so Deer and Lioness. Let's take a look at that. These are short and sweet, and I love it. This is 11, which is interesting because the Justice card in tarot usually is the number 11. I feel like some of you definitely could be life path 11. Hey. And then we have the card 21, which reduces to a 3. So some of you could be a life path 3. Some of you can be 7s. I also feel like, because we got the 27 card there, that you guys could be life path 9. You could be 7 again. Jesus Christ. Okay. So yeah, let's see what Deer has to say here. Right. Boy, I've got like crazy ass energy flowing through me right now. You guys don't even know. It's hard for me to focus. I need to like get grounded really quick. Okay. Power. You are enough. You are worthy. Ethics are a part of building genuine personal power. Stand strong in front of bullies and hold your boundaries tenaciously. Be proud of what you have achieved, but humble in your outlook. Exactly. This sums it up perfectly. And oh my God, where did I see that? You had something about ethics, right? Right? Am I right? Yes, ethos, right there. It literally talks about this right here. Ethics, ethos. You need to maintain your integrity at all times, you guys. That integrity is something that's really strong within you. Please don't, you know, let it slip. Keep that integrity at all times, okay? Absolutely. Holy shit. Okay. So for Lioness, we have protection. And like I said, you guys are truth seekers and you fight for justice, I feel like, okay? You are strongly protected right now. You are invited to embrace your authenticity and to be unafraid to wisely express your emotions. To protect others, we must learn to develop strength in ourselves and to know the power of restraint, which is what real power involves. Exactly. Knowing when to keep your fucking mouth shut and knowing when to speak, okay? And choosing to speak with integrity and wisdom instead of attacking, okay? Do not attack others. Do not do this, okay? I'm going to admit it. There was a time period in my life where I just used to get like incensed. Like somebody would say something and they would just piss me off and I would just like chew their face off. Now I don't give a shit. It's kind of like, whatever. That's your point of view. If that's what you want to say and do, go ahead, go down that road because I know what's coming for you. And I'm, being the Pisces that I am, I see shit before it happens. And I'm like, what did I tell you and what just happened? You know, kind of thing. So anyway, so guys, this is what I'm seeing for your pile. I think this is the most incredibly hot, amazing energy. I think that you guys are here to uplift the planet. I think that you have some wildness within you that is like, but you know when to reel it in. You know when the time to party is and when the time to work is. You've just got this balance thing going on. I mean, holy shit. Let's hang out sometime. All right, guys, I love you. There is personal reading information in the drop-down box. If you'd like to get a personal reading with me or me and my Pisces twin, there's also Amazon information, Ko-fi information, and all that good shit. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you are notified of further videos coming out. And once again, I thank you so much for being with me. Love you guys. Bye. For those of you who picked pile 2, this is going to be your reading. So let's get to it. So we're going to start with tarot cards. I want to see what the overall energy is of this group here. So we have the Ace of Swords, We have the Justice card. Wow. And we have the Page of Cups. Well, that's fascinating because if you watched pile 1, I feel like that group had a lot to do with justice. I feel like that this energy is a little bit softer than pile 1 though. It is very similar, but it is much softer. With this Page of Cups, okay, I always think of like puppy love and crushes and just love, you know, in love with love and super sweet and stuff, you know, very gentle, sentimental, you know, romantic. You're very creative. You have like these, when you look at something, you can see like, it's like, kind of like, it reminds me of like a newborn baby or like a, you know, a baby animal. The way that they're so curious about the world around them and the way that they look at things like with gentle eyes, and they're so inquisitive and just really smart and really freaking just loving and adorable. I get adorable energy off this. You know, I feel like maybe you guys could be a little bit shy. You might daydream a lot about love and romance, for example. You have this sense of newness about you. I really feel a beautiful, like kind of gentle energy about you. That's just like when you know, when people are around you, they're like, oh, you're so cute, you know, kind of thing. Like, cause you're so like, it's just, I'm just getting like this like sweetness from you guys for some reason. You know, you do get crushes on people, I feel like. I mean, when you devote yourself to something and that you really love, like you really devote yourself to it, I feel like. I feel like that you have a lot of like hidden talents too within yourself. And you have like, I feel like you could definitely be like, this group could definitely be like performers and artists for sure. And, you know, you haven't even yet tapped into all those abilities yet, I feel like, for sure. You might have some creative people that are around you as well that are like kind of influencing you at this time, maybe. I really feel like you have a lot of emotions. You could be you could definitely be a water sign or an air sign, or you're a combination, hey, of both. With this Ace of Swords energy, it's like, you know, this is all about, you know, mental energy, you know, focus, concentration, justice and truth. See, this is so crazy because you guys have this. I feel like you really feel when you're devoted, like I said, when you're devoted to something that you love, you are 100% devoted to that thing. You are so freaking, you put your heart and soul into it, okay? You do have a keen ability to, you know, balance out. I do feel like you have some control. If you haven't yet, you can have the ability to, or else you do at this time have the ability in which to, this is kind of like the King of Cups gone light. You know what I mean? Because you have that ability to be in control of your emotions. You know how to communicate and be, you know, very intellectual when you need to be. You know how to make good decisions, like right decisions. I feel like you have a good control and sense of your emotions, and you do understand them. You are connected to them. I do feel like pile one, I'm going to just say it. You guys could definitely be like karma bringers, where you have this ability through your lack of love and kindness towards others to release karma. But if somebody tries to do something nasty to you, they feel the karma. You know what I mean? Like really hard. You are a catalyst for karma. But because of your loving, beautiful energy, I feel like some people do have the tendency to try to want to like fucking energy vampire you or hurt you. But you know how to control that shit. You do like people who are very intellectual. You could work a job where you use your intellect. You could be involved with law, some sort of law or truth bringing. You could be very good with research as well. You definitely like to do what's right. You don't like to, I feel like you guys don't like to lie. Maybe you're a little bit fae-like and you hate that shit because you can't lie because like, I don't know how many people out there have this, okay? I know I do, where it's like, and I'd love to know if anybody else feels this, where it's like, if somebody's trying to force you to like lie or something, you just can't do it. You just can't. It's like there's something that compels you inside your body and you're like, I fucking can't lie. I just cannot fucking do it because ugh. You know, it just makes you feel like you're going to die or something. It like hurts physically to try to lie. So I feel like you guys are like fae-like in that you have this ability to work around the truth if you need to for your own protection. That's not something that you do on a regular basis. You don't want to go out and bullshit people. Definitely not. But in a situation where it's like you feel like you need to be diplomatic or something and to save your ass or something in a certain situation, you can work your words around it to keep yourself from getting hurt. Also for protection purposes only. I don't feel like that this is something that you're not a manipulator. I don't feel like, you know, I do feel like when it comes to your relationships with other people and stuff, you do bring balance to the relationship. I also feel like you appreciate people who, you are looking for your counterpart, your balance. If you're single right now, I feel like some of you, I'm just getting that message. I do feel like I said, you're karma bringers. So let's see what else we got going on in here, okay? Oh my gosh. So like zodiac wise, let's see what we got going on here. Holy shit. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. The stuff coming up here is incredible. So we have Capricorn, the boss. So I don't know if any of you have Capricorn placements or you are a Capricorn or you're dealing with a Capricorn in your life. I don't know. I feel like there's some very heavy Capricorn placement in some of your guys' natal charts, or you're definitely like the boss of a situation, but I feel like you're very good at it. You're a very gentle soul. You really are very helpful to others. So this says serious, authoritative, ambitious, realistic, structured, traditional, wise, enduring, accomplished, badass, majestic, competent, prepared, down to earth, corporate, reserved, rigid, and disciplined. Yes, but I feel like you do it with a very soft touch to where you just like, something about your voice. It's very soothing and very like, again, I'm going to say fae-like, to where you're just like, your words are like honey when they come out of your mouth and people just will comply and they'll listen to what you have to say because you just know how to approach the situation. Okay. I do feel like you got a little bit of that devil in you though. You can be very devilish because you got the Capricorn there, and Capricorn, you know, tarot card associated with that is the devil card, you know, and it says boss. So, and he's a boss. Okay. So, I do feel like you do know how to, I feel like you're definitely very wise. And you can be very badass when you need to be. You've got that in check. You've got that balance down. And then you have Uranus with revolution, breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, and lightning. Okay, I kind of want to see what this says. This is very Aquarian energy here, and we have all this sword stuff going on here. So, oh, wrong one. Jeez, Louise. I'm getting lost over here, you guys. Mama can't find her shit. Anyway, definitely I feel that this, oh, here we go, right here, shit. Uranus. How do you guys say it? I grew up saying Uranus. Okay, so definitely Aquarius. This is the 11th house, okay, you guys? The Fool card is associated with this. Definitely, you know, ideas, acquaintances, groupthink, sudden change, revelations, opinion, detachment, flash in the pan, objectives, irresponsibility, explosion, genius, trial and error, and masterminds. I do feel like that is your definite energy. I feel like you have a lot to give when it comes to thinking outside the box. You guys have that fucking Page of Cups energy down like Pat, where you are very creative, but you're very innovative, and you bring breakthroughs, and you have the ability, because of this karma stuff about you, to bring about awakenings in other people, to make them see things in a new light about themselves as well as other situations, to look at things in a different light. You do have the power to harness, like, you know, group consciousness. You have the ability to rally others around you, to form a very good community in which to break through barriers. I feel like you have that ability to just bring that about. So we also have open like the lotus, flowering spirit, revelation, maturity. Exactly. Revelation. It's like, you know, the innovation, revelation. I think you have really amazing ideas, and you have a lot to give and bring to the table. You have this sense of, you know, maturity, authoritative stuff. You know, you're very, like I said, very wise, but you're very loving about it. You're not a dick, okay? You know how to work people in a very positive way. But if they cross those boundaries, like I said, you can really fuck them up, okay? And you don't even really have to do anything, because, like I said, you are a catalyst of karma to bring change about. We have Sun, enjoy success and happiness. I feel like, you know what's really interesting is look at that Page of Cups. You see that right there? And there's the Sun behind the Justice. We have all this solar kind of radiating kind of energy here too as well. I feel like you are like a fucking ray of sunshine, okay, to people. And you do have this ability to manifest and bring about success and happiness because of your uniqueness. You definitely bring a new point of view to the table to a lot of people. You make them rethink things. You suggest new ways of looking at certain situations or people or groups, and bring about in a positive light. Instead of somebody, like, say if somebody was like sitting there talking shit about a certain group of people, you can come in and like say something that makes them stop in their tracks and rethink what they said and look at these people in a whole nother light and respect their uniqueness instead. You have that ability to take enemies and make them into your allies, I feel like. So we have freedom, and I got tingles when I just said that, so that is a point to take in. Freedom. You're free to do what you choose. I feel like definitely you're a very free spirit. You're protected. Look, sword. You are safe and supported while you change your career. This is talking about career, but it's like, I think no matter what you do, you're always protected, okay? You have this protective justice, you know, the sword. Archangel Michael is definitely around you guys, okay? I feel that as well. And he's kind of like that, you know, karma bringer as well, a bit. It's interesting because you got the devil and you got Archangel Michael. Oh, it's fucking classic. Okay, you got the bros around you, all right? So I feel like you have the ability to tap into both those energies when needed, okay? So let's move right along here. So some archetypes we have associated with you are Avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Are you shitting me? This is fucking incredible. I love it when this shit happens. It's so exciting. So yes, definitely, you're karma bringers. You bring justice to the situation, okay? You are a fighter of society and, you know, of certain ideas and the rights of humanity, I feel like, okay? I feel like you guys are a little bit lighter energy than the last group, where the last group was more about, yeah, like chaos and like fucking Vikings charging into a fight or something. You guys are more refined, shall I say. I mean, the other groups refined too, but in a different way. We're like co-conspirators. Group 1 and group 2 for sure, okay? Like, yeah, I mean, you guys are kind of like the, okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to reference Sebastian from Black Butler, because that's like, I mean, he just reminds me of that anyway. But yeah, I'm getting that vibe where he's like so fucking badass, but he's like refined and he can fuck shit up really bad. But he's just so classy and refined and caring, and you know, it's just like, and he's sexy as fuck too. So, yeah, I'm getting a bit of that too, because you got that devil energy about you as well. So the shadow attribute is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So if you are working and you haven't come into this full light yet, this might be something that you're having to deal with. You never want to resort to violence in the name of a cause, okay? Fuck that shit. That is old, patriarchal, age of Pisces bullshit, okay? We're in the age of Aquarius now. It's time to look at things in a new light and fix things in a different way. The way that things were in the world and society is just fucking wrong. It's just not working anymore. As humanity, we've changed and we're growing and we're evolving. And I feel like you guys are catalysts to help bring about this revolution, because this is definitely Aquarian energy right here. And then we have this grounded earth energy here as well. So we have warrior. Oh my God. Light attributes: strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego, okay? Shadow attributes: trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. See, I feel like no. I feel like you guys are definitely not this shadow attribute. I feel like you guys have worked through this, or you are working through these shadow attributes. And these are your shadow sides though. So do not like... You've already acknowledged them, so you know that you have the ability to do this because you do have that badassery about you, okay? But that's like the negative badassery. You are aware that you are capable of this, but since you've acknowledged it and you've embraced that dark side, you only let the light side shine through right now. Remember, shadow attributes are not bad. They are part of who you are. You cannot make them go away permanently. That just does not happen, okay? We're human. We're living in this fucking planet right now, in this existence, and we've got to be able to accept our humanity. And accepting your shadow side is definitely part of that humanity. So next up we have the crone. Okay, like I said, these are new cards. I got no idea what they're gonna say, so let's take a look at this. Let me just make sure everything's still recording and focusing and all that good shit. Yes. Okay, so we have the crone. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what the crone has to say here. Well, obviously the crone, okay, mother, you know, maiden mother crone, that's part of the triple goddess. I'm just going to say this without even looking at what it says. This is a very mature, okay? And we had maturity, right? Maturity right here. This is a very mature energy. She knows her shit. She's been through hell and back, you know, possibly has been a mother, and she's kind of a little bit jaded, but not in a bad way. It's like, she's the boss. She's a boss bitch, okay? She's who everybody looks up to. She sets the example. She is the goddess in all her fucking splendid glory. Respect. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at this. This is page 87. All right. Okay, the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone is the master of letting go and residing in what is. She rejects nothing. The crone is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, and the moon. Hells yeah, witch bitches, let's do this shit. Okay, the crone has a difficult time tolerating superficial, petty, day-to-day musings. She moves away from such relationships and seeks a deeper path, even if this means a more solitary life. Exactly. She is boss bitch, okay? When light, she is magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise. And definitely all of those abilities, I feel like, because you're this open like the lotus, you have these abilities. You have a magic manifesting ability. You definitely can be very psychic and clairvoyant. You definitely tap into that intuition and you know how to use it because you are the boss. People who are in charge usually are very connected to their intuitive abilities. And, you know, I feel like you have that creative side of you anyway, so that's definitely very intuitive. When dark side, it is vindictive, bitter, isolated, and ostracized, okay? So the crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden mother crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life, and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets of knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. I fucking love her. She is the shit. Oh my God, you guys. This is you couldn't get better than that, all right? I mean, I really feel like you guys should watch pile 1 as well. This is amazing. I mean, wow, this is fantastic. This is that same kind of primordial shit that's kind of going on here. I feel like it's just like life and death itself. And you guys know this, you get it. You might sit there and contemplate life and death quite a bit. I feel like for some of you. I know I do. Jeez. So let's see what else we got going on here, shall we? We have, let's see what deity you guys got. The Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Exactly. And you know what's interesting? Oh my God, look at the crone. There's that 6-pointed star there. And it's also, wow. Okay. Very interesting. And we have Omega Dragon. Harness the divine feminine power of creation. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Intention. Hold your vision. Birth the higher consciousness. Exactly. You know what? I kind of want to read this one. Where's the book for this? Wow. Omega Dragon. Okay. Okay. So definitely you guys have some very strong connections to the feminine side. And I feel like you definitely have that ability to tap into that crone energy and just the goddess in general, okay? So whatever God, I honestly, like pile 1, I'm getting a bit of Kali here, but I'm also, I don't know why Frigg is coming into mind. Hecate. Just whatever freaking goddess that you are thinking of right at this moment, she's the one, okay? Definitely look at that. So, there were so many coming into my head, I can't even freaking go there. It was some powerful shit. So, the Omega. Let's see what this one has to say. I don't think I've ever even read this card. Where is it? There it is. Oh, wow. I've been getting a lot of these back of the book ones. Let me tell you, it's kind of amazing. The Omega Dragon is harness the divine feminine power of creation. When an Omega Dragon comes to you, it is time to give birth to a special new project, pathway, or aspect of yourself that has remained hidden. Call upon these dragons to fill you with the power of the divine feminine. This will enable you to hold your vision and bring it to fruition in a wise, balanced, and harmonious way. Dude, please watch pile 1 too, because there was way more masculine energy coming up in this one. And here I'm getting the freaking feminine side. This is hot. I love it. Okay. So This will enable you to hold your vision and bring it into fruition in a wise, balanced, harmonious way. Most important of all, ask the Omega Dragon to look into the greatest desire of your soul and hold the vision of bringing it to manifestation. These dragons can be any shape or size, so just still your mind and give them permission to merge with your energy. Ask them to soften your path and the paths of all who hold the vision of the new golden age. And I feel like the cosmic egg, because you have that like little swirling egg, read about the cosmic egg, look into cosmic egg. I feel like we have passion, fire, wow, and we have karmic relationships. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Remember what I said about you guys being a catalyst for karma. Karmic relationships. Okay, let's see about passion first, shall we? So, which is fire. Is this under F? Yep, there it is. Fire. Work with the element of fire to eliminate negative thoughts and behaviors. Imagine etheric flames raging and consuming any darkness that lies within. Your fear of fire stems from a past life. Your renewed passion invokes the love you have been waiting for. Wow. So I feel like definitely, and there is a woman dancing in that fire. Okay, so how many of you are actually a fire sign? And how many of you have heavy fire placements in your chart? I feel like look within your chart to see where these fire placements are, because that little particular area or that house will have a specific meaning to you. And it's something that you need to look at right now to help you with your soul growth, okay? That's the message I'm getting. So, since time began, the sun, the spark of life has, the sun, are you kidding me? There it is, right there. Holy shit. The sun, the spark of life, has ignited our inner fire and passion. Fire deities such as Belanos and Bridget have imbued our courage and empowered us to focus on the energy of fire. You know what's so fucking weird? Is that kind of came up in my mind, but I didn't say it. I don't know why. I was like reluctant to say it, but there it is. I don't need to say it because it just came out there. Interesting. So look up her. Look into her. I don't really associate her with so much crone energy, but obviously she's coming up here. She's a fucking awesome deity too, okay? She's great. They have imbued our courage and empowered us to focus on the energy of fire. The athame or sword represents the fire element. Okay, but in tarot it's air, all right? But still, wow. Okay, and you know what? I said Archangel Michael, he is associated with the south and he is associated with fire. So I think this is really fascinating that this is coming up, okay? The athame or sword represents fire element. Lighting a candle is the physical representation of fire and can be seen through the veil. So I feel like doing some scrying with candles is a good idea, where you light a candle and you sit there and you meditate on it and you focus on the flame. And literally, I mean, I've done it before. It's like kind of like, a lot of people like to scry with water, but I really like doing, you know, candle scrying where you're just like flame, you know, you stare into the flame. I mean, it's kind of amazing what happens, at least for me. Try it sometime. I feel like that is something that you should do if you're trying to meditate on a certain situation, or maybe you're trying to stir up some creativity or awaken some energies. Try working with that to see what happens. And then we have karmic relationships. Let's see where that guy went. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me now. Oh, here we are. Okay. Karmic relationships. Sorry for the pause, you guys. Little uncomfortable silence there. Only it's not so uncomfortable to me. Okay. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many star seeds who are part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Well, there you go. There's your validation, baby. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. And I really feel like you guys do that. You help people to see things from a different point of view. You change consciousness, okay? When we go into reactive second-guessing mode, instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings, and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence in all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? Exactly. This is what I said at the beginning. This is what I feel like is your innate talent. You have this ability to do this. And like I said, please look at pile 1, 2. I really feel that this is very powerful and very much needed on this planet. This is why it's coming up in pile 1 and pile 2. I really feel like those two coincide. We're all part of this really powerful, uplifting kind of group. Like, for instance, something just occurred that really kind of ticked off my Pisces twin, and it really upset her. And I'm like, look at it from the point of view of that this person doesn't know what they're talking about, and they're just ignorant. They think everyone thinks like them, and that's kind of sad to think that way. So come from a point of view of softness instead of flying off the handle, and actually educate and teach this person to understand what they did was wrong, and it can hurt people, and that it actually is hurting themselves. You know, so I'm like, I was trying to, help her to, to realize the ignorance in the situation and how it's very childlike when somebody does something really stupid sometimes. And to really help them to grow and mature, that maturity level there, to learn. If you just attack somebody, what are they? Where's the seed of wisdom in that? It's like, give somebody a seed of wisdom, help them learn from their karma, like bring it on. You know what I mean? Help them to evolve. Okay, so we have prosperity. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so I may prosper from the universal divine. Exactly. I feel like really tapping into that divine energy, and you have this ability to really prosper. I feel like that you are a very prosperous person. You're a really fucking powerful manifester. And there's that number 3 again. I really feel like you have this ability to prosper and bring about prosperity to others as well. I feel like you really have a lot to give. You're very abundant in your life. We have bramble, and we have sow, excuse me. Okay, so let's take a look at what these guys have to say. What are the messages here? So let's start with bramble first. I love blackberries, so that I love that card. I think it's so pretty. These cards are just beautiful in any way, Bramble, page 21. I feel like for some of you, you can come off as being a little thorny, but you're really sweet. You come off that way because you have such a beautiful, sweet side that you want to protect it. But I feel like if you can kind of calm that shit down a little bit. You don't need to be so prickly. I do feel like though when you get pissed, you can be very prickly because you are protecting that yummy sweet fruit. Okay, wait, what page was it on? I got sidetracked. Sorry, guys. Bramble. Tenacity, boundaries, rootedness. There you go. Okay. If you have ever tried digging up bramble roots, you will know how tenacious they are. They travel long and deep, and some root systems can cover a wide area and be of great age. Maturity. There's that maturity again. For this reason, The bramble is the perfect symbol for tenacity and rootedness. It's not going to be pushed around, and it's not going anywhere. If you have chosen this card, it is possible that you feel like digging your heels in and just staying put, holding your ground and protecting all that you hold dear. It's also possible that this card represents another person or situation that is prickly and stubborn. It may be necessary to remember how difficult it is to remove a bramble from its position, and how at the right season it can yield delicious fruit that is full of goodness. Knowing your own boundaries is vital to our emotional and spiritual health, and when it comes to relationships, being sensitive to other people's boundaries is vital too. Often provided we respect their boundaries and when necessary, leave them alone. They will in their own time be generous to us. So I feel like, yes, I feel like if you feel like somebody is fucking up, this is like, I feel like a little bit of a warning and a message for some of you. Just let them fucking learn. Let karma come and get it, because you overreacting to the situation is not going to help you. It's going to put undue stress and also karma on you. Let them figure it out for themselves, because some people, I'm sorry to say, you just can't help. They have to find out on their own. So I feel like that this, for some people, this is a reminder that some people are beyond that. They're just going to have to learn by a karmic bitch slap, so to speak, okay? So with Sal, I'm telling you, I'm feeling funky right now. I'm having like incredible energy surges reading this stuff right now. Mercury retrograde has got me all kinds of fucking wackadoo, but not in a bad way. But it's kind of left me breathless a little bit, because that's how I feel right at this moment. It's just like so powerful. I can't even, because it is, we're in Pisces, right? So I am a Pisces. Sal. I feel like you're very generosity, nourishment, and discovery. Mook with her large litter symbolizes abundance and fertility. Drawn upright, this card may mean that you are being called upon to be generous. Feeling connected to the love of the goddess for all of her creatures, you are able to give freely, knowing you in turn are nourished and sustained by her. There's that goddess energy again, okay? Choosing this card, you can open yourself to the abundance that exists throughout nature. You can allow yourself to accept this abundance, knowing that life perpetually renews itself and that you need not worry about ever being disconnected from it. Allow yourself to feast on life, to enjoy its beauties and its sensual delights, like that fruit. The goddess is generous, giving to all and renewing all. And that is what the crone is about, life and death and the renewal of cycles, okay? It's like that death card. So this is fucking awesome ass energy. We're almost at the end here, you guys. So we have for owl and we have sea otter. Transformation. Exactly. Wow, you guys are a transformative group. You really fucking stir some shit up, don't you? In a very fucking positive way. Like I said, watch pile 1, 2. We need more of this right now in this day and age. Okay, so let's start out with sea otter first, okay? Card 18. Transformation. Transformation is a true constant if we allow it. We can change our future and learn from our past. We should only try to transform ourselves, not someone else, as this is against free will. Do not judge others too quickly or harshly. Relax a little and rise. Do not judge others too quickly or too harshly. This is very karmic in nature, all of this. And we have owl. Okay, and we all know owls are incredibly wise, fucking awesome creatures. So let's take a look at owl and see what we've got here, shall we? Where is owl located in this book? Owl. This is air. Air again. You guys got a lot of air energy going on. Boy, I'm going to need to feast after this. I really need to ground. Abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. You guys, another goddess is mentioned here. Also, I think it is it, oh God, correct me if I'm wrong, people, sorry. Artemis? Is that who it is? Who's associated with the owl? Oh my God. You know, you just look it up. Or is it Athena? I know it starts with an A. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Maybe both of those. Look into both of those. Like look into both of those because those just were mentioned. In other words, check out those goddesses. Okay. So she represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in a spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon and how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, and secure. When out of balance, money, quarrels, and scarcity. To bring into balance, an offering. Wow. Okay, so definitely I feel like whenever you're doing like a ritual or working your magic or doing anything, always leave an offering. Leave an offering to the goddess, okay? Whatever goddess has chosen you or you choose to work with. Like I said, I prefer to have goddesses come to you and choose you. If you're like watching a lot of different things or if you're reading books and certain goddesses pop out to you or you actually dream of certain ones or something, those are the ones who have chosen you. You can't control that, okay? You cannot control them. They come to you. What you can do is you can ask for guidance by feminine energy and see what shows up, okay? But I definitely feel like goddess energy is definitely around this group. You guys definitely should look at pile 1, 2. And I feel like this is just a tremendous, amazing, powerful energy. And I feel like this is just something is really needed on Earth right now, okay? I think it's going to shift everything to have people like this in the world, okay? We need more of this. So I hope you guys, this resonated for you. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Down in the drop-down box, there is personal reading information to get a personal reading with me or me and my Pisces twin, as well as Amazon wishlist information, Ko-fi, and all that jazz. And I thank you guys so much for being with me here today. And I love you. I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, for those of you who picked pile 3, this is going to be your reading. We're going to start off with the tarot. I have to say, this has been some crazy energy in these last 2 piles. And so I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in this one. I mean, the other 2 totally related to one another, which kind of blew my mind. How the energy that came up there. So, I don't believe this. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. I am telling you, you guys, there's something about this Mercury retrograde where there's a fuck ton of sword energy that just keeps coming out constantly. And what kind of blows my mind about this is like, if you look at this knight, this is like a cups, this is swords, right? They kind of look like this is the younger version of him, you know? I do feel like you have a definite, like, oh God, this is so crazy. Because the other 2 piles I was picking up on kind of like a duality within the persona, and I'm still seeing that here. It just doesn't want to go away, I guess. The people reading, you know, and watching all these videos are definitely very complex people. You guys have a lot of wisdom about you. You have a lot going on in your psyche, I feel like, for sure. So with the Knight of Cups, I mean, okay, if you watch tarot readings all the time, you know the Knight of Cups is like, especially if you're watching a love reading, it's like you want the Knight of Cups to show up kind of, you know, because it's like this love offer coming in kind of thing. And the King of Swords is all about badassery, okay? And he takes no shit and he's kind of cold. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like we have this emotions and this total intellect that's kind of detached from emotion. So I feel like either within this group there is a struggle that's going on between, you know, what's going on, like your strong emotions, and then handling it in an intellectual way. I feel like or you've mastered this ability. It's almost like both of these together make up that King of Cups energy, kind of. It's just weird. I don't know. It's a definite fascinating energy, okay? You know, this is all about, you know, the Knight of Cups is like, you know, the Casanova, you know, very sexy, sensual. They're really good. They're very romantic with their words. You know, they're also a very creative person. Could be like, you know, a poet, a writer, a singer, you know, someone who's an artist, a painter, anything in the creative field. You know, you could be somebody who works in a job that's very intellectual, you know, where you're always having to be like so business CEO kind of like vibe, you know, very, you know, rules and, you know, ain't no such thing as casual Friday kind of thing, kind of vibe almost. But then this is your true nature, you know, when you're in your private life. You're more of this romantic and very creative, optimistic. I feel like you definitely, for this group, I feel like there is some performers who are watching this group that, you know, maybe you're an actor or a singer or a musician, something where you go in front of people and you entertain the shit out of people. It could be even a comedian, okay? That's coming up for some reason. But you definitely, you know how to entertain and put on a show, I feel like, for sure. You know, I think that you definitely are very charismatic and you do have like a really incredible personality. But you know when to turn it on and off. You know the right time for some of you. Definitely, you know when to turn that whole charismatic, sexy, romantic side on versus, you know, when you're supposed to be more of a professional type of, you know, mannerism, I guess you could say. You definitely are all about like, you know, knowledge. You like to know things, to dig, you know, research in you know, that, you know, I feel like definitely with this King of Swords, it's like, it's like you do have a balance between your emotions and your, you know, the intellect, like your detachment, I guess you could say. You have a good balance between the two. I do feel like these combined is more like King of Cups energy, definitely. You know how to, you're very successful. I feel like you know how to use strategy for sure. You know how to use your intuition as well. You're very tuned in and tapped into that intuition for sure. You know how to use it and you know how to listen to it. So I feel like you could be very strong, intuitive, very strong empath as well. You can be quite ambitious, I feel like, maybe. I feel like you know, a lot of you could be very well educated, very professional. I feel like how you appear to the public, you really care about your reputation, I feel like. For a lot of you, you want to have a good reputation, or you do have a good reputation. You don't want to, like I said, you're very professional in the way that you handle yourself. Okay, you do have this real side, but you know how to reel it in and tame that shit. I feel like like I said, it's like you have this ability to be like super professional and stuff, and like turn on this professional, like very, you know, serene kind of demeanor. But like when you get like with the people who truly are close to you and they know you might have like an actual like total fucking potty mouth, or you're just like straight up rude, or you can be like really lewd. In other words, like, you know, like very perverted almost. I actually like this energy. It's kind of fucking fun. It's like, this kind of energy actually turns me on. It's like somebody who's like super, you know, saint, like professional, like, and then they're a total freak in the sheets. You know, that's, I love that. I personally love it. I think it's interesting. It's intriguing. It's very charming, I feel like. Sometimes you can come off as cold and aloof to certain people. But like I said, once you get to know that, once they get to know you, they see this Knight of Cups side. And it's just like, wow. You know, they're kind of like blown. I feel like your sensuality and your sexuality is actually part of your power. I feel like you're a very good communicator, but that raw sensuality and sexuality about you is like kind of like a superpower. You know, like a little hidden superpower sort of thing. And you're very authoritative. I feel like some of you can actually be very dominant. All right. Definitely, I don't get submissive vibes here at all. At all. It's like, crack that whip, you know? Bend over. I don't know. I'm just getting wild energy off this now. Okay, enough perverted shit. Let's move right along here. Okay, so we have third house, perception, speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussions, surroundings, and sociability. And we have the first house, wow, for self, physical body outlook, self-image, life philosophy, consciousness, opinions, awakening, self-awareness, arrival, expression, gateway, and entry point. Okay, like I said, I feel like you really care about like how you look to other people. You do care about that because your job is on the line. It's not because of some superficial shit. It's more like because of what it is that you do. It's like you have to maintain a specific reputation, okay? So you know how to turn that on. Any placements that are in your first house and third house, I feel like are something you should definitely be looking at for hidden talents or things you need to work on. Whatever's placed in those houses within your natal chart, you should definitely look at that, and as well as your progressed chart, because we're born with our natal chart, but as time goes on, it's like we become kind of like we mutate and we change and we, you know, adapt. How do I say it? We evolve kind of, you know, like basically like right now for me, it's like my sun is actually, you know, I was born, you know, sun in Pisces and stuff like that. But my progressions, it's like my sun is actually in Aries right now. And I have Venus, Mars, and Saturn all in Gemini. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, slow moving planets pretty much stay where they're at usually. But, you know, the faster moving stuff and the moon, I can't remember what my moon is in right now. Damn it. Taurus, I think it is. So yeah, I have like, you know, that's like what I'm perceived at. That's what like I'm projecting now more of. I'm more like an Aries with all those Gemini Aries placements and that Taurus moon, that passion and shit. So it's like, yeah, so that's what happens as, you know, progressions go along. I want to learn more about it. I want to go actually get my progress chart read, and I'm just like curious as to like future stuff. So definitely look at your third and your first houses to see what's going on there. But like I said, I do feel like the way you look has to do with your career. I feel like you're good looking and you're very opinionated. You're very self-aware. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, okay? I think personally, people who actually give a shit about their appearance, think about it. If they care about themselves and the way that they look, you know, like, and how, like, about their health, not just like superficial shit. I mean, like, literally, like, how they present themselves. Because if you're like a slob and, you know, a gross, you know, all nasty and you stink and you go out in public, it's kind of like you're disrespecting everybody else around you too. So when you have respect for yourself and you show, you know, integrity and what is it? Oh God, what am I looking for? The word. You take pride in your appearance and stuff like that, and you actually care about your health and being healthy and taking care of your body. If you can care for all those things, then you're more open and easy to take care of others as well. And it shows that you've got your shit together. People who go around and they don't care about what they smell like, they look like, you know, they're rude, sloppy, you know, just like act like a pig basically. How can they actually put any effort? It just comes off bad, you guys. It's just not good. I feel like you know this, you understand this, you get it. And it matters to you. And it's because of what you do for a living, but also because you feel like that what I just explained, like somebody who cares for themselves and shows self-love and self-care, obviously that's a turn on to you, and it shows that they can give you that as well. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I feel like I said, it's like you're really good with speech, really good on social media, probably. A lot of you might be still single and you're dating around. Your siblings might have definitely something important to do with what it is you do, or you could work with your siblings, or you take care of siblings possibly. Like I said, you're good at digging up information, research. I feel like you have like a really good appearance, like you have really good street style for some of you. And I feel like you're very social. You have like air and water qualities. So that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, actually. So I'm going to take a look at something really quick. I just want to make sure of something before I go any further, okay? So obviously this is Aries. So the first house is ruled by Aries. So, you know, even if you don't have Aries in your first, look to see where Aries is, because that could be of importance to you. Oh, hold on. I knew it. How many of you are Aries and how many of you are Geminis? Okay. I want to know. I feel like definitely, like, for what it is that you freaking do, it is part of your soul purpose. Okay. And how you appear to the public is like, you're in the public eye for some of you. Definitely. I feel like whatever it is your career is, I don't know, I'm picking up on this really hard. Okay. Or you're going into a career where you're going to be in the public eye, and it's going to matter how you look. So take good care of yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Definitely, this is Gemini. This is Mercury. Gemini rules the third house. Like I said, I'm working a lot of that Gemini energy lately, and I like Geminis because I have a great time with Geminis. I've partied my ass off with Geminis. I just jive with them. I don't know why. And I've dated a few of them. So, whew, that was intense. So, anyway, I really feel like communication is definitely very, very critical and important to you. And the way that you communicate with the public is really important. Okay, so let's move on here. So let's see what we got here. We have Homeward Traveler, Completion, Reunion, and Return. That is a beautiful card. Jesus. We have Time to Decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. We have Trickster. We have Mediator. And we have Knight. Are you kidding me? This is fascinating shit. And we have the Healer. Wow, Kundalini energy right there. Okay. Let's see. I'm taking it in, you guys. So, well, I find it really fascinating because you have this Knight of Cups and then you have Knight here. You have this King of Swords who's all about communication. You have that Gemini energy, and then you have Mediator, and then you have Trickster, which I hate to say it, but Geminis can be kind of like tricksters, all right? It's just all kinds of fuckery ensues when there is a Gemini present. I mean, in my personal past experience, okay? It's like, when I get together with them, it's just like fucking trouble, okay? It's that kind of fun vibe, all right? I mean, it's not in a negative way. It's like a holy fuck way. So definitely, I feel like you have abilities. I mean, like, I feel like you really have follow through, and I'm kind of like stuck on this Time to Decide and Completion, Reunion, and Return. I think you help people make decisions, and you're a mediator. What the fuck? There it is right there. You have this ability. You have a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Yes. The shadow attribute is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Now, whenever I'm reading these shadow attributes, this is literally the shadow side that you are hiding if, you know, with these, if you have these attributes. How do we tame our shadow side? We acknowledge it, we embrace it, we realize it's there, we know what we're capable of, and then we don't act on that. Instead, we choose the light side of things, okay? The shadow side's never going to go away. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of what makes you up as a human being. Even gods and goddesses have shadow sides. So it is just a part of being human, all right? But we can control that shadow side by acknowledging and embracing it. And sometimes we have to go down a journey and a path and a travel, you know, into those depths and like go dark side for a little while in order to really understand that sides of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like delve into that psyche. Like, you know, I don't really, there's like a healthy way to do it and an unhealthy way to do it. An unhealthy way to do it would be to actually cause harm to people. A healthy way to do it is to just realize it, kind of like read about it, understand it, delve into it. Like, I really want to use an example, but I don't want people to get like butthurt over it, okay? But I'm going to do it anyway. Like, for instance, like BDSM community. It's like a lot of people think that that's so dark and evil, and maybe there's some dark sides to it, yes, but really when you understand and you really get to know and understand what that is all about, it isn't that dark. It's actually very liberating and very empowering. Like, for instance, the movie The Secretary with James Spader in it and Gyllenhaal, what's her name? Maggie Gyllenhaal. That totally delves into it, and that shows that whole thing in like a more realistic light, I guess you could say. But that's kind of like what you do when you embrace your shadow side. You know what I mean? That's like the only example I could come up with right at the moment. Sorry, guys, if you don't like that, that's just, sorry, had to say it. So with the night side, the light attributes are loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Exactly. That's that Knight of Cups. The shadow attributes are allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle and romantic delusions. Ouchie. Okay. But I really feel like this group has got that under control, and they've kind of embraced that side. Trickster, light attribute. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. The shadow attribute is manipulating others through duplicity. Ouch. So definitely, if you guys haven't worked through this energy, this is probably what you are having to work through. I feel like there are, you have this ability to help people like decide, like, because you have that, you know how to negotiate, and you are very fair about it. You have this power in which to it's kind of like the death card. You bring an end to some things and then you rebirth. It's through rebirth, like Kundalini, okay? I feel like there's something about you that's very healing to certain situations, like exactly, fairness and strategy. You're a good negotiator. You can help heal wounds that are deep inside for some people. Or this is something that you are working on yourself right now. Let's look at the healer and see what that has to say, shall we? Because I know that it's got to do with Kundalini, because you got snakes on there. And there's 3, so... oh, I just saw it. Oh, shit. Get back here. Get back here. Damn it. Oh, sorry, guys. Pause in the speech for a second. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is on page 111. So if that has any significance for you guys, there it is. You got 111 here. The light worker, the gifted, the old soul. There you go. The wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and is now healed. It is someone who continues to courageously break open the self and ego as a means for deep integration. The image of the serpent is eternally tied to healing and medicine, both Western, the caduceus, and Eastern, kundalini. Study of the serpent and its power. And then it says, when it's in light, it's self-contained, grateful, and awake. When dark, tired, needy, forgetting its own practice. So, though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya, is that how you say it? Avidya, maybe, means forgetting, and it's said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing. Knowing the cycle of healing is not linear, it is multi-layered and circuitous, It's a circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. So, yeah. How many of you are actually working in a healing environment? Are you guys healers? Are you a doctor? Do you work within the medical field? Are you doing psychology? I feel like you guys do have the ability to heal if you are going to school or you've been contemplating medicine or something in a healthcare related or healing field, or, you know, Reiki or acupuncture, anything alternative like that. Definitely this is a sign that you guys can be very good at that, I feel like. Because I do feel like you do have a very hands-on, loving approach when you have that ability, I feel like, for sure. Let's see what else we have here. So let's take a look at these. We have wand, intention. We have security, which is cottage. We have the emerald are you fucking kidding? Emerald dragon brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. Okay, so how many of you guys are actually getting really intense dreams or messages when you are sleeping, or from the 5D? Pay attention to those, because they're very important messages for you to get at this time. You have wand energy. Let's see what this has to say, shall we? This is wand intention. Come on, where are you? There we go. Decide what it is you really want. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my God. Okay, continuing on. Decide what it is you really want. Make your intentions clear. Focus on your visions. Practice concentration. Make a decision and focus on the outcome you desire. Craft your own wand. Use intentions with harm to none. Beware of intentions of others. Wands are used to create magic, cast a circle, and pointing and directing energy. They are also used for healing and spells. Healing again. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. It is the tool of the direction of the east and the element of air. Air. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Wands are usually made from magical oak, ash, blackthorn, hazel, birch, and yew trees. They can also be made from various metals such as copper, set with crystals and decorated with magical symbols. I definitely feel like you guys have a healing ability. Maybe you guys some of you are actually contemplating, you know, do you want to leave the career you're in right now to become a healer? Or you just have this ability, like I said, to help people to make decisions, okay? And you're really good, and you're very healing in your processes and what you do. And I feel like you have a sense of, and before I even look at this, I'm just gonna guess at it, you bring a sense of security to people. You make them feel secure in who they are. You empower people. You have your own sense of security is very important to you as well. So let's see what this has to say. Okay. Let others in instead of shutting them out. You are protected, supported, and safe. Trust in the divine outcome. Recognize your strengths and talents. A new home awaits. Rediscover your likes and dislikes. Don't try too hard to fit in. This is so weird because I'm getting like, this is kind of like mixed energy here because, you know, from the get-go, I felt this total confidence in this fucking badassery and this, you know, very sensual, just, you know your shit kind of thing. And then I'm getting this, maybe there's a little bit of an underlying insecurity about it for some of you. I don't know. I think we've got like a bit of a mixed group here. Some of you are still like just starting out something, or you're deciding if you're going to take a new venture, but you do embody this energy, but it's not fully in its power yet. Whereas some of you have embraced this and you already are there. And now you're wanting to go one step further from that. You've made it and now you want to go further, kind of, I feel like. So within the witch's cottage, you will find all you need to change and transform your life. Here you will find magic as the cottage, hearth, or kitchen, which finds and transforms the mundane into the sacred. A kitchen altar with corn dolly spells, recipe herbs, living plants, comforting foods, family, and daily needs are all part of the living magically day to day. So how many of you also are possibly you work with food or herbs, or you heal with herbs, or else you're a chef, maybe. Because maybe you have the healing power with with food even. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Excuse me. Okay. We also have strength. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, eye, and power. Like I said, I feel like definitely you guys, for some of you, you really do have a lot of strength, an inner strength. Just like very empowered. Let's keep going here. Let's see what else we got. Aha. Oh my God. Oh my God. I always get excited when I see this. Okay, so we have burdock, right? And then we have my bae, the fox. Oh, hello. Wow. Now this is starting to really make sense. Okay, let's start off with the burdock here, because I have not used this oracle very much. And I don't know why. I just haven't gotten around to using it very much lately, but I'm starting to use it more. Harvest, purification, attachment. You have chosen this card. It may mean that enough is enough and that you need to consider freeing yourself of an influence or a habit that is no longer serving you and which has now become toxic. Treat this as a process of harvesting and separate the wheat from the chaff. Recognize that even the most negative experiences offer valuable learning, and see if you can extract this learning so that you can move on to a new phase of life. So this is definitely for some of you, okay? Time to decide on something. Maybe you guys are leaving a relationship that's no longer serving you, okay? The burdock propagates widely because the burrs easily attach themselves to the fur of passing animals and hitch a ride far from home. The ease and simplicity of their attachment offers the perfect image of the way in which we can sometimes, with minimum effort, be carried into new territory in our lives. If this occurs unconsciously, we can find ourselves in difficulty. But if we attach ourselves with awareness and with a light touch to ideas, projects, and people whom we trust, we can achieve far more than if we remained isolated. Wow. So some of you guys need to wake up a little bit. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Whereas others, I feel like you've already got this process down pat. Okay, you just know how to work this shit for sure. And you're very strong at it. Now the fox. I love me my kitsune action. Okay, let's see what this fox, Mr. Foxy here has to say. I am telling you, the energy has been off the hook for me today. I'm like breathless all the time. It's so weird. Diplomacy, cunning, and wildness. Remember when I said that there was like a sexy sensuality about you? I feel like some of you definitely are very fox-like in the way that you look. You have that feline, because that's what they kind of refer to this as, even though this is a canid, okay? Foxes have that sexy look about them. They just do, okay? Their eyes are very sexy and sensual and piercing. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about, that you've seen. There's a certain person I follow on Instagram, and you know, they're in the public eye. They're basically a model, and they have that look about them. It's just like when you look at them, you're like, oh my God, because they have just like the very, you know, fox-like eyes. And yeah, I really feel like you guys, some of you definitely embody this. And, you know, fox might be actually your totem animal, your spirit animal. Some of you might really be into like, you like kitsune, or you identify with that. Maybe you're one of my people. So anyway, let's get into this, shall we? I just feel like that's like some sexy fucking energy right there, okay? Yeah, okay, I like it. So, fox is a fine, graceful creature who typifies the beauty and harmony of the natural world. Working with the power of the fox, you will know when it is time to come out into the open and be counted. But you will also know when it is time to remain silent, to keep your own counsel. With others, you will be able to be diplomatic, and one of the attributes of the fox is being strong in counsel. There you go. Strong in counsel. Oh, I so see this. Ooh la la. Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay. So strong in counsel. One of the hardest things, if you are a person working with fox power, is to ensure that your skill and diplomacy do not become dishonesty or slyness. Remaining silent or becoming invisible so as to watch the unfolding drama. I'm dying here because something's coming into my head. Okay, hold on. Okay, remaining silent or becoming invisible so as to watch the unfolding drama is an asset that can bring with it its own special culpability if it is not tempered with wisdom. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is... we have this third house, and that's Gemini, and I swear to you, and I shit you not, like, the Geminis that I knew were very like this, okay? Absolutely. Holy shit. They're sexy and just like, just all about that. Like little stinkers sometimes, okay? They had this amazing ability to like just own a situation and like know how to talk their way through it and really good with their words, but then they could be a total and complete fucker at the same time, but in a very playful, trickstery way, okay? Where is it? You got that trickster card, you guys. Yes, there it is. See? That's kind of funny. Woo! Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm channeling like an ex here? Okay, so moving right along. We have... Ooh. Okay. We have El Moria, Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Maybe you should just wear protection anyway for some of you. Oh my God. Okay, so, yeah, I do feel like... You know what's funny is I've looked at this deck so many times, and I've pulled these cards a lot of times, but I don't pull him that often, and I always seem to forget this card. It's so weird. Like, does that happen to any of you? For people who pull cards, do you guys actually like forget certain tarot cards, like the meaning of it, no matter how many times you try to remember it? It's just like you forget it, or like certain decks. And I opened right to him, which is really fucking interesting. So spiritual protection is important at this time. Ensure that you are cleansing your energy before putting on protection. Oh my God. El Moria is here with a legion of angels to help you understand where you are now. Fire up your divine connection and detach from dramas, people, places, and emotions that no longer serve you. Okay, so for some of you, definitely, you have the ability to help people do this, to teach people how to detach from this, like you lead by example, whereas some of you are still just trying to learn this right now, but it is a gift that you have. You do have this ability to, you're an awakening presence, you know what I mean? You make people understand their divine connection, possibly, okay? You show people how to detach from bullshit, I feel like, for some of you. Some of you get a little bit too embroiled in bullshit, though. And this is like a sign that's saying, don't do that, okay? Remember that within you, there is a mighty soul light. Allow that light to shine through your entire being. Then call on El Moria and his angels to surround you in a light that will keep you safe on all levels. Also know that facing fears and seeing the truth will strengthen your connection to the universal life force. Wow. Okay, well, that's cut and dry there. Okay, so moving right along, we have seer, see beyond the current situation. Ooh, okay. Obviously, this is like kind of really self-explanatory, is it not? Some of you definitely have that ability in which you have an outlook, definitely. Clairvoyance, clairsentience is coming through for sure. Let's take a look at this card. Clairvoyance, exactly, isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know that you're an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You are moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. You're traveling towards that for some of you. Some of you, I mean, I just see those lights. I fucking love that card. It is so... It reminds me of a dream I had, literally, okay? I mean, I was in a place exactly friggin' like that. It's creepy, almost, looking at that. I mean, it's just like, wow. And I do feel like this is kind of like a death card. In that, maybe some of you actually have Scorpio energy, okay? Are you guys Scorpios? Like some of you Scorpios? Because I do feel like you have this amazing ability to rebirth yourself, okay? That's the word I'm looking for right there. So let's see what we got before we get into our last cards for our animals. We have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Fascinating. Let's see what this has to say, shall we? I'm getting the message definitely that, like, remember when I was talking about the self-care and that you really, like, some of you really got that down pat where you know how to take good care of yourself and that you are there. That's what it is. I feel like some of you are definitely, like, you teach others this. Perhaps some of you are actually nutritionists. Some of you actually are stylists. Some of you are maybe massage therapists even. I don't know. You teach people how to care for themselves, for some of you. Let's see what Water Your Garden has to say, shall we? I swear to God, every single one of these, I'm getting like the back of the book on everything almost. It's crazy, like the back of the book on like all the piles so far. So, Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day, year after year. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. Take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. Like I said, I feel like some of you already know this. You already do this. You're in shape and you look damn fine. I feel like for some of you, you really take good care of yourselves. You smell nice, you look nice, you dress nice. I feel like that is definitely for some of you, you're already there. But I really feel like some of this group needs to get there. That's where they need to head. Because to come into your full power, part of that is like self-love and self-care and self-confidence as well. Because, you know, the physical body outlook, self-image, you need to improve your self-image a bit. Maybe some of you definitely need to be more self-aware and you're not self-aware enough, okay? Because maybe something's distracting you. Maybe you're having some stress in your life and you're having problems like trying to make a choice. Well, now is the time, and this is the sign that's saying you do need to make a completion and make a choice and move on, okay? So your own body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out, and if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Exactly. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend towards you when you do. So it's like, you know, it was really weird when I was reading that. I don't know why. Japan came into mind because I've been talking to people and stuff, and, you know, they work so hard there that they like don't ever hardly have time to go on holidays, and they don't get a lot of breaks at all. And it's like that makes me sad because I mean, that work ethic is just epic, and I really, really admire it and appreciate it, but don't work yourself into exhaustion and to the bone like that, because that's just like not good. Health-wise, stress-wise, I mean, it just takes a massive toll on your body. So I feel like definitely some of your guys' talent is definitely, maybe you own a spa, or you've been thinking about opening a spa or some kind of like place where people can go to rejuvenate. Or you run a place like that. I'm just curious. I'm throwing stuff out there that's coming into my mind. If any of that makes sense to any of you, please do comment. I'm very curious. So for our animal totems, we have gazelle. We have butterfly, which, oh my God, that is like, it's so funny because in this deck, Gemini, the name on it is the butterfly. And then it's blue. And so we have this butterfly. That is so trippy. And this says the soul. And we have cat, which is intuition. Hello, didn't I say that you guys are tapped into that intuition, okay? And if you're not tapped into it, this is a sign that you have a very strong one and you need to get in touch with it. So let's look at gazelle first. Let's see what gazelle has to say. All right. Heightened awareness and ability. Vulnerable. Wow. Okay. That is so Scorpio that whenever I hear the word vulnerable, that's like a Scorpio thing. It's like, because Scorpios have an issue with vulnerability. They do. They're like afraid to be vulnerable, but y'all need to be vulnerable. Okay. It's just like, you just got to suck it up and just do it and put yourself out there, because, you know, it's, in order to like really have like true love in our lives and stuff, we have to be vulnerable. So that's a message for my Scorpio people. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant. And this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. There you go. Wow. When in balance, graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, and a racing mind. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. Hells yeah. So I definitely, again, some of you have this down pat and you have this, I feel like you're highly intuitive and highly empathic. And some of you really need to heal some shit so that you can tune into that more, okay? So for butterfly, like I said, it's so funny because in this deck, that is what is the word here that's associated with Gemini is butterfly. That's so cute. I love it. Okay. And this is, what is this card? 28. So 28 might be important to you guys. So would 37. And 10, 3, 1. Yeah, this adds up to 10. Wow. Both of these reduce to 1 in numerology. That's fucking crazy. And that is all about leadership. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so for butterfly, the soul. To experience our full selves, we often go through a difficult period of transformation and growth, right? Trust what you feel. We all have stages to pass through in life, and not all are easy. Look ahead to where you wish to be, not where you have been. Self-trust and the trust of your partner are necessary for a positive relationship. Wow, okay. That's to the point. And then we have the cat, which is really cool because that's intuition. I really feel like you guys are very an intuitive group and you have a really good intuition and you can see things from, you can see the big picture a lot of the time. I feel like you guys could be very perceptive and you're good at noticing trends and predicting things to come, you know? You have that ability, I feel like. Okay, so intuition. Use and develop your intuition. Your gut feeling is correct. You are not your mind. Develop your magical skills further. Introduce more play into your life. Taking a break, self-care, that ability to, you know, have a fucking good time, man. Cut loose sometimes. It's worth it to do that, I feel like. This is a rather interesting, complex group. You know, the other two have been a little bit more obvious. This one is like a little bit, like I've got like a really hardcore duality here in this one, in that some of you have already gotten there and are moving on, and then some of you are just coming into this power right now, I feel like. But definitely, I feel like overall for this group, you really, 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 really need to pay attention to your intuition. You really need to pay attention to your self-care, self-image, your physical body, your health. Really make sure that you are having integrity with your speech and your thoughts, because you become your thoughts. I do feel like this group has a strong ability to heal others with your words, and just like hands-on abilities, I feel like. I feel like you guys, you just got some really interesting energy here. Very incredible. I mean, some of it very fucking sexy energy too. Jesus. And very fun and playful at the same time. So that's all I'm seeing for you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell so you are notified of further notifications when I put out a new video. There is personal reading information in the drop-down box for me or me and my Pisces twin, along with Amazon and Ko-fi and all that jazz. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I thank you so much for being with me. Love you guys. Okay. Bye. For those of you who picked pile 4, this is going to be your reading. We're going to start off with the tarot to get the overall energy to see what's going on here. And let me tell you, pile 1 and pile 2, totally related to each other. The last pile was really interesting, so I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in this one. Because, I mean, it's very fascinating what's been happening today. And I don't know if it has something to do with Mercury retrograde or what, but let's see what comes up here. So, what? Okay, we have King of Cups and we have King of Swords. I do not believe this shit. Okay, when you guys are done watching this one, go back and watch pile 3. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe this is happening too. This is like the grown-up version of the last pile I just read. Okay? I mean, what is going on here? This is you guys are some interesting people watching my videos today. I mean, what the hell? And it ain't bad. I mean, wow. So, you know, I'm just going to start going off here. You guys have got your shit going on here. You're very powerful people who are very powerful manifestors. You know what you want and you know how to get it. You know, King of Swords is very confident, very, you know, knowledge seeking, very strategic, very serious, sometimes can come off as cold and aloof to people. Very good with intuition and intellect, makes sound business choices, very authoritative, very responsible, very powerful, very ambitious, very well educated, professional, having a very good reputation. Like I said in the last pile, your reputation means a lot to you. And the reason for this is because of what you do. You have to have a good public face for what it is that you do, whatever it is that you are doing. It could be something, because you have King of Cups. I mean, you can run the gamut on this one. Both of them are extremely professional, okay, with these kings. And one is more arts and sciences, and one is more like, you know, lawyers, doctors, you know, justices and stuff like that. So I'm seeing all of that with this, okay? Wow. Definitely have your emotions in check. You know how to balance those out, okay? You're very, like, I personally get off on this shit, okay? I do. I'm not going to lie. I say that, okay, so you have this King of Swords who's very polite and very diplomatic and very well-spoken and very well-mannered in public. But when you're alone with them and they're with the people they know, they're they can be wild, okay? And especially when you have this Cups energy here. But I think this is a little bit more tamed and drawn back than the last pile because it is the king. He's in his full mature glory and power now. This is a very masculine energy. Doesn't matter if you're a woman or a male, it's still masculine energy any way you look at it, okay? I'm telling you, I'm just going to say it. Masculine energy has a tendency to gravitate towards me and attach itself to me. I have been told this many times when I'm out in public. I'll go into like my metaphysical bookshop where I go all the time, and strangers will just walk up to me and say, "Oh my God, I fucking love your energy. Holy shit. It's so powerful. It's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah." And I really attract, and it's always usually guys who are saying that, which is funny. I've been told it by women too, but that's probably because they are very comfortable in their own skin and they are in their masculine power. So I'm not surprised that all these masculine cards are coming up today. I'm really not, especially with what's been going on with me. So, but definitely, I feel like I really like this energy. I'm not, like I said, I think it's hot. Very humorous, funny, dirty-minded sometimes, can let the F-bombs drop when they're around people they're comfortable with and having a good time with, okay? They know how to have a good time, but they know how to keep it in control and keep it in check. They're very sophisticated, very sexy, very sensual, very in touch with their sexuality. I get just a really powerful, very potent manifesting type of energy here. So let's see what else we got here to like further this, to see what's going on, okay? So, oh, would you look at that? Let's start off with the, oh my God, really? We have Eros, okay? We have, let's see what archetypes we got going on here. No wonder, God. Okay, we have healer, and Midas, Miser, and Eros. Okay, like I said, you need to go back and watch the other pile too, because some of you might not have reached this, and this is what you're coming into. Okay, so this makes sense. Holy shit. Oh man, see, I wish I could like, this is when I wish I pre-looked at the cards so I could tell that pile to watch this one too. You know what I mean? So anyway, obviously you guys are fucking healers, okay? This is coming up twice. I really feel like a lot, you're either totally into healing, you work in the healthcare field, you have this ability to soothe and heal with your words, your love, your affection, but also I feel like there is this entrepreneurial side of you. You're extremely creative. You have this ability to turn anything into gold. You just have a horseshoe lodged up your ass of good luck. You know what I mean? You're just a manifester. Like the fucking, like the goddamn temperance card, magician card got together and had a baby and there it is. It's you, okay? It's just really powerful. And I mean, fucking A, you have Eros. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Some of you might be really fucking good in bed, okay? This is a power of yours, your raw sexual sensuality, and you know how to give a good, you know, okay? So, I mean, if it was a masculine, I'd say, you know how to give a good dick down, but it's like, if you're a feminine, you know how to do the same, okay? I know I'm being very perverse there, but I can't help it. That's just me. It's that chaotic shit going on. So let's look at Eros. Okay, I mean, how many of you know who Eros is and what Eros is all about? Please do comment below. Share your insights with this energy because it's a hot one. Okay, let me see. Okay. I get all giggly and shit. Okay. I can't help it. It's just too sexy for me to handle. Love as desire, eroticism and sensuality. What can I say? Oh, yes. The Hindu goddess Lalita, is that how you say her name? If not, please correct me, you guys. She who plays can help activate Eros energy. She is also known as Kameshavari, Empress of Desire. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, you guys, if you're ladies, you got the magic punani, and the boys have the magic you know what. Okay, so Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. Ooh. When in light, we have passion, playfulness, and sexual health. When dark, madness, projection, and obsession. Wow. Okay. So, yes. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its center. Yeah. Okay. God, you guys are just fucking awesome. All right, I'm just gonna say it. It's like you're good at that, you're good at sex, you're good at freaking making money, and you're good at helping people. What more can somebody ask for? I don't get it. If you guys are single, if you choose to be single, that's great, but I can't believe there's not people banging down your fucking door, okay? If there's not, there should be. So let's dig deeper, shall we? So you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. Okay, sex therapist is coming up here too, okay? It came up with other piles, but yes, I feel like definitely you have this sexual energy that's actually healing, okay? I think a lot of people, because of religious dogma and stereotypes throughout history and a demonization of sensuality and sexuality, a lot of people think that sex is dark and dirty or whatever, and that it's destructive or bad or something, where it can be, but like with everything, there's a light and a dark side, and it actually can be very healing. And that is where like tantric, like true tantric practices, maybe some of you are really good with Tantra, and that can actually heal and awaken. So like when you're with a partner, you know, and you practice, I mean, Tantra is a whole entire thing. It's not just sex, okay? But Tantra, like sex, like tantric sex, if done correctly, is extremely healing. And I feel like that this group has that ability, okay? You guys can heal old wounds, and you might attract some damaged people sometimes because of this, because they can recognize within you that healing power. I advise you to learn about this, to look into it, because it is a very, very, very powerful healing ability. So the light attributes of healer are passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. The shadow attributes are taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. Okay, again, that references back to the last pile, okay? Definitely check that out. The Midas Miser, light attributes are entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. The shadow attributes are hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Okay, so whenever we have the light attributes and the shadow side, these would exist within all of us. So if you have these strong light abilities, you definitely have these strong shadow attributes. So to keep our shadow sides appeased and in check, we acknowledge the fact that we do have these capabilities to go shadow side with things. And once you recognize that you are capable of that, it's very easy to reel it in and keep it in check. That's what shadow work is, okay? So let's take a look. We have the hidden worlds, changing consciousness, awareness, extra sensory perception. So definitely a lot of you have ESP, you have those extra sensory clair abilities. You might have multiple of them. You could be very strong clairvoyant or clairsentient, definitely empathic, definitely highly intuitive group here. Some of you might actually connect or identify with the Fae. And you can draw power and strength from them. Just realize what you're dealing with. If you don't understand that whole thing, you need to really research. Don't fuck around with the Fae, okay? Seriously, do not. Those energies can seriously fuck you in the ass, okay? I mean, it's just, and not the pleasant way, okay? It's bad. Don't even go down that road. If you don't even play with that if you don't understand it first. And that goes for everything. Doesn't matter what you do in life. If you're exploring a new sect of spirituality, or you're studying about some goddess or god or something like that, don't even freaking try to manipulate it or mess with it until you fully, completely are aware of it and understand it. All right? So I do have this feeling like, because you guys are healers, you can actually change consciousness and awareness to help heal people so that they change their consciousness and awareness, I feel like. Because, and I also feel like you do have that ability because you have that King of Cups. Okay, you got heavy air and heavy water placements. Some of you are definitely Geminis, Aquarius, Libras, Definitely Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Definitely, I feel heavy Scorpio again, like I did the last group, and definite Gemini. You know, just let's look at the placements. I want to see the placements that I pulled. So we have Ascendant, Outlook, Worldview, Mission Statement, Expression, Effect, Role, Mark, Attitude, Outer Self, Point of View, Body Image. God, this so fucking resonates with the last pile. Aura, Likeness, Approach, Impact, and First Impressions. Okay, so in the last pile, oh, I'm trying to see if I'm recording. I'm still recording, right? I can't see shit. Anyway, hold on. Okay. Sorry. My phone was like doing something screwy there. Hello, Mercury retrograde. So, Ascendant. Okay. So when this is talking about like the outer self, the aura, your approach, your impact, your first impressions in the last group, that also came up really heavily. And, you know, you understand this, that you cannot make a second first impression. You get this. You're very aware of your appearance, your reputation, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak in public. You get this. You understand this. I feel like you're very fashionable for some of you. You're very fit. You take good care of yourself. You have beautiful skin for some of you. The ladies just definitely know how to do their makeup and their hair, and they have their nails done. They just look nice. They just look good all the time. I really feel like that because you understand that this is not just respect for yourself, but this is respect for other people as well. I don't think a lot of people understand this. It's like when you care for yourself and you show that you care about the way you are and like how you look and how you carry yourself in public and how you treat other people, it's kind of like you're honoring the other person by saying, I think that you are so wonderful and so great that I want to present myself like this to you because you are worthy of this and you deserve this. You know, that's what I feel like people don't get, because I don't know what boomer attitude this was where they were like, oh my God, if you totally take care of yourself and you act like a gentleman or a lady, you're a fucking asshole. And, you know, you're totally unliberated or whatever. No, sorry, I don't believe that. I just don't. Okay. If you actually give a shit and have self-respect, you know, for yourself, you can have self-respect for others. That's the point of this, okay? I think people misconstrued it along the way somehow, okay? In various different countries around the world, they get this point, okay? But for some reason, in some Western cultures, we just seem to not understand this. You know, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me because it's just not logical to be a slob. Okay. I don't know, because it's like, you're gonna, you know, we all have our free will and we can do what the fuck we want to do. But the way we carry ourselves says a lot about ourselves. And it also says how we feel about other people. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys understand? If you don't, you know, I don't know how to explain it further to you. It shows a lot of self-respect for yourself, but also other people. So we have Pluto, transformation. Again, that's Scorpio energy, hardcore right there, okay? Renewal, inner resources, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, evolution, composting, cycles, death, rebirth, subversion, suspicion, obsession, intensity, reckoning, taboos, clearing, and extremes. I'm going to tell you, I've got heavy Pluto placements, and I'm all about that taboo. So I feel like that this group definitely is as well. We're not afraid to talk about certain subject matter that makes people feel all cringy. You know what I mean? We're just going to like right out onto you. We're going to converse about this because we feel comfortable in our own skins enough to just say it. You know what I mean? We're not afraid to talk about death. We are actually intrigued by it. Because to us, it's not death. It's actually a rebirth. You know, I mean, it's death, but it's a rebirth. We're born again. It's fascinating, isn't it? So definitely look in your charts to see where your Pluto and your ascendant know where these are, because I feel like, these have a lot to do with your abilities. And I also feel that it's where your strengths and your weaknesses both lie. You know what I'm saying? So to look into that. And we have opposition, balance, relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, see, there it is, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, and calls out. Wow. So I do feel like that this group definitely, that you've got your balance down pat. You get it. Like I said, powerful manifestations. I think that you guys really need to be careful with what you think and what you say, because it has the ability to actually manifest. So only come from a place of love and understanding when you're dealing with others. But I do feel like a lot of you do understand this. And I do feel like you guys are beautiful healers and very good with that healing energy. I do feel like you're good with money as well, and good business people. So let's delve a little deeper, shall we? Okay. We have Owl, which I believe came out in a different pile as well. Fascinating. And we have Puppies. Okay. Let's start with the poppies first, shall we? Poppy. 90. Okay. Redemption, motherhood, and remembrance. So, like the best of mothers, the poppy combines vigor and tenderness in the most beautiful way. They seem to disappear forever. Then one season, as if out of the blue, poppies can return to a hillside or field to astonish us with their beauty. That's all about this transformation, right? You guys have this down pat. You can retransform yourself. You can change your image. You can switch stuff. I do feel like some of you definitely have something to do with some kind of like healing power, or you actually can like, you help to style people, or you organize their lives or something like that, to where you can like maybe you're in PR even or something, or you're considering careers in this, where you have the ability to transform someone completely and change their image. And because you're so damn good at this, I feel like. So continue right along. This card may suggest the reappearance of someone or something that you thought you had lost forever. Wow. Alternatively, it may indicate that a quality or feeling you felt you could no longer access will become available to you again. Sometimes things have to be forgotten or hidden for a while before they can return, like the new dawn, to surprise us. And in doing so, a redemption occurs. As we speak of redeeming an investment that has matured in value out of sight, so we can sometimes redeem a situation or relationship by forgetting it, letting it go, or simply not attending to it for a while, so that it has a chance to grow. It takes skill to know when to pay attention to something and when to leave it alone. And I feel like you guys have that down pat. Some situations require action, vigilance, and even confronting. Others require forgetting or ignoring. Raising children often requires us to know when each of these strategies is best. Hell yes, it does. That's something that drives me crazy. I'm just going to say it. How many of you are moms out there, and like you get these people out there in the world who are like trying to tell like people how to raise their children or what they should do with their kids when they don't even have kids themselves? I really hate that. I'm just gonna say it. It's like, you don't even know until you've been there. Trust me, okay? Having a kid is like, you're no longer the person you were. Your life is forever gone, that person. You're somebody else now completely. You are like God or goddess in the eyes of another human being. And you need to act accordingly, you know? Yeah, it's like very, very powerful, very, very critical, important position to be in. So if you're like a mother or a father figure to someone, keep that in mind, okay? That you're reshaping somebody's future, okay? And if you're their role model, you can affect their outcome. So you want to make sure you're the best possible version of yourself for them. And I do feel like this group has that ability, which is not bad. So owl, what do we have for owl? I've got books all over the place here, guys. So owl, this is interesting because this energy came out already. It's really interesting to see how they, like, this energy is, like, this Mercury retrograde is a trip. How many of you are actually going through healing processes right now where you're having like old ass memories that you totally buried coming back up to bite you in the ass? Because I know I am. I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm having really strong emotions, but they're not necessarily negative. It's like, it feels very healing and very soothing, you know? Got the healer twice here, so. Let's see what owl has to say. Oops, just passed it. Detachment, wisdom, and change. Again, you've got that transformation and change and all that stuff coming up here so many times. Changing consciousness, awareness, you know, change, transformation. I mean, holy shit, you guys are very powerful with that. So, owl teaches us the wisdom of turning a disadvantage into an advantage. For most birds, the coming of darkness renders it is impossible for them to feed. But the owl's exceptional hearing enables it to pick out and swoop up on unsuspecting prey during the night. Twilight has been described as owl light, and going for a quiet walk in the woods at this shimmering time of twilight is an excellent way to develop a sensibility to the other world and the inner soul of nature. You may feel drawn to study an esoteric lore or clairvoyancy. Working with the owl as your ally will help you to do this. So there you go. And you had that clair abilities, and you had that ESP and all that stuff. So I really feel that this is very strong within you. You guys are very strong clairvoyance, clair abilities, you know, very intuitive, fucking really erotic, and just like really know how to heal, like sexual healing. I feel like you guys are wise. I feel like you guys are old souls. You have connection to the Fae possibly. This is just some amazing shit. So we have spring. See your seeds grow. We have health. Mother Earth, sweet Mother Earth bright. Bring me your health and might. And so you have healer all this time. I mean, seriously, I feel like maybe you guys are also like, could be personal trainers, or work in like, you know, building people's bodies. Maybe some of you are involved with martial arts. I don't know why that's coming in, but it is. What is this spring? See your seeds grow. Obviously, spring is a very important time. It's going to be a potent time for this spring. And just spring in general for you guys, I feel, is an important time. Oops. Passed it. Here we go. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth. And if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important energies with regards to the question of your intentions. So anyways, that doesn't really matter. What matters is spring is a very important time for you guys, like I said. And like I said, you have that cyclic thing going down where you can just like remanifest constantly, and you can change your image and remotivate, and you're very self-motivating, I feel like. I feel like you definitely, health is incredibly important to you because you understand that if you're healthy on the inside, you look healthy on the outside. It shows, okay? So continue right along here. We have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. Wow. Okay, let's see what star. And you got Odin. Are you fucking kidding me? Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Oh my God. What's up, bro? I freaking love Odin. Okay, I just do. He is definitely a warrior deity for sure. He's very, very fucking wise. And you have the owl. He's very wise, very powerful. He's just badass. And if you notice, he is blind in one eye. He sacrificed his eye for knowledge. I feel like you guys are definitely, you embody that kind of a vibe for sure. So let's see what star bathing has to say. And you might want to call on Odin for stuff, because obviously he's showing up for you guys, okay? So star bathing. God, again, from the back of the book. This is kind of amazing today. The really intense powers today. So, the stars are constantly showering emanations into the crystalline grid of Earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many star seeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. And all of that information is stored in the crystalline grid. If you pull this card, you may be called to begin working with the stars and with crystalline grid of the Earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of Earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies into the planet. You may be guided to journey to particular places on Earth to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. You may also be interested in a practice called star bathing. Download a star bathing meditation at www.starseedoracle.me. Okay? This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the Earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean that from your light body, the energy body in its highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration. So definitely some of you are being called, okay? And you guys are going through like an activation right now, like a spiritual activation. Definitely work with that crystalline grid. I think this has heavily to do with the healing powers that you guys have, okay? Really tap into that freaking intuition as well. I feel like meditating under the stars is a good thing for you guys as well, for sure. I mean, duh, they just said it. So it's like, definitely look into that. So we have Letha, intensification. Are you fucking kidding me? And we have Orange Dragon. Brings soul families and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. Wow. Okay, so let's look at Letha first. Okay, where are you? Oh my God. Letha. What you have been waiting for comes into fruition during the summer months. Shine brightly. Don't give away your personal power. Move forward fearlessly. Call on the strength of the sun gods to break through. Wow. Look at all the stars in that. You have all the stars in this. Birds can have significance, like crows, definitely, because Odin has his crows. Pay attention to crows. If you hear crows cawing, ravens, pay attention to those, okay? Like when you're out in nature and stuff, if they come around you, know that's a sign, okay? I do, through your healing abilities, I do have the feeling that you guys can bring people together who share a common bond, particularly starseeds, fae. The more I delve into this, the more I see how exactly alike that they are. Okay, they're dimensional beings. It's an amazing fucking energy, seriously. So, the summer solstice marks the height of the sun's powers on the longest day of the year. Thousands gather at Stonehenge each year to witness, and that is one of those places. That's one of these crystalline grid areas is Stonehenge. I just realized that. Holy shit. Okay. So thousands, and this is telling you, I don't know if if you guys were planning on doing some travel and you have the funds to go do that, check out Stonehenge, go around that area for sure. Cause it's come up here. All right. So, wow. Thousands gather at Stonehenge each year to witness the rising of the sun over the heel stone. Midsummer was celebrated in ancient times with hilltop bonfires at night to honor the power of the sun over darkness. This is a time of abundance, fulfillment, and strength. And automatically, when I just read that, I thought of Fae, because that is a very Fae-like thing to do as well. Fascinating. Okay, so our animal totems for our last cards here are raccoon, we have shark, we have peregrine falcon, and we have rhinoceros. Well, these are interesting. What a combo, right? That's just amazing. Let's start with rhinoceros and peregrine falcon first. This says observation. This says moderation. I definitely feel like you guys do understand moderation, though, because of the kings there. I feel like you guys get it. So observation, take a step back and simply observe a situation. Listen and watch before you decide on a course of action, as acting rashly will not serve you in your current situation. You are being supported by powerful forces. Do not fear. You are protected. And I do feel like that you guys do have this ability to see the grand scheme of things and see the big picture because of those psychic insights and those clair abilities. You do have that ability, I feel like. So let's check out 32. This might be a challenge or a trigger for you guys, which is moderation. Seek moderation in all things. Find the middle path. Not everything is an extreme choice of black versus white. Being passionate about something is positive, but to be obsessed may not be. Leave behind what you no longer need. So some of you who might be struggling with this a little bit, but all in all, you pretty much have got your shit together, but this is something that might be the area that you need to struggle with the most. Like I said, check out those natal placements of ascendant Pluto and opposition, like what planets are opposing one another. So let's look at raccoon and shark. Talented, shadowy, in hiding. Ooh. Okay, raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. And didn't I say that you guys were creative? And you have that King of Cups, which is like, you know, the arts and sciences and stuff. So at best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Wow. Okay. So how many of you are actual talents or entertainers who actually use a stage name? I'm curious. Do comment below. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive and starving artists. Ouch. To bring into balance, make new work. Okay, so let's check out shark. Where is shark? What the heck? Oh, I hate the way they lay out this book. I'm not gonna lie. Come on. Oh, there we are. Okay. And this is, what? Is this earth and water, I believe? Was that what the raccoon was, I think? Okay, so this is water. Directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. Exactly, like that shadow side, okay? This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves. Again, talking about removing masks. Or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. Absolutely. I mean, I feel that hard. When out of balance, sneaky and destructive. To bring into balance, be honest. Just be fucking honest. I feel like honesty is the best policy with this group. to be fucking truly honest with yourself and with others, and do not hold back. I really feel it. But you can do it with diplomacy and class and integrity. So that's all I'm getting for you guys. What an interesting group. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications of new videos when I put them out. In the drop-down box, there's personal reading information for me or me and my Pisces twin. And there is Amazon information and Ko-fi and all that other stuff. And I really thank you guys for being with me today, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Okay, we're finally at pile 5 now. The other 4 were incredibly interesting, and it was really weird because the first pile and the second pile kind of referenced each other. The third and the fourth referenced each other. So let's see what this one is. I'm very, very curious. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh my gosh. So we have the Hierophant and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Well, well, well. Obviously, I feel like, wow, you guys are incredibly powerful when it comes to manifesting wealth. I feel like you're a very loving energy, but you're also very, like, you know, you take no shit. I feel this is a very loving energy. You like to do things by the book, but you do it with such a loving manner that it's like people just want to kind of follow you and kind of, you know, you have like an amazing motherly energy about you. Like I said, people just want to follow you. They want to listen to you because you are so gentle and beautiful and, you know, kind with your energy. I just feel like, kind of, even though he looks kind of stern and badass, she just overpowers that. You know, it's like she is just magnanimous and just beautiful and very fertile. Very takes her time, soothing, like the speech, something about the voice is very calming. I obviously feel very heavy. I feel earth energy off this, like, big time, no matter what. I feel like also that some of you could be teachers, guides to people. There's something to do where you're nurturing somebody, I feel like, for sure. Like, you have a very powerful nurturing ability, but you're also a very powerful manifester, and you know how to work your energy to get what you need in your life in order to have comfort, like, you know, just the comforts to be able to take care of yourself. You're very good with this. And I feel like you set a really good example for others in this way. And some of you might actually teach this to somebody. Okay, so let's take a look and see what else, like, to dig deeper. So we have, this is interesting, okay? We have Aries, the radical, and we have semi-sextile. So I feel like wherever you have Aries in your chart, and wherever, you know, something is semi-sextile, be paying attention to this, because these are hidden talents, maybe blockages, maybe things you need to work on, or they're your strongest and weakest points possibly. Within your natal chart, with this Aries energy. I find this so funny because this is so soothing, yet this is so rare, you know what I mean? Very active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive, fiery, exhilarating, innocent, on a mission, bossy, driving, sparky, courageous, selfish, macho, impulsive, argumentative, and competitive. What? Okay, moving right along. We have semi-sextile, which is allowing, encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, gives hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes, and rewards. Okay, I feel like this has to go like this. I feel, like I said, I feel like you're an incredibly fertile person. in that you just have abundance all around you at your fingertips. It's on your command. And it's just like you can just bring in wealth whenever you need it. But you're not like, I don't, some of you might be totally like boss bitch kind of energy, but it's not like you're a, I don't know. Some of you are bossy and some of you are not. I do feel like you're definitely very, very active. No matter, you know, if you're more the soothing version or you're more the fiery version here. I really feel like this group has heavy air and fire placements in their natal charts. Because I do get this encouraging type of soothing energy for sure. And I do feel like you're highly intuitive. You do, it's kind of funny because this says tempers, which is to soothe and to calm. And this is like having a temper and being fiery. So I feel like, once again, damn it. Again, in another pile here. I mean, in all of them is pretty much, we've had duality coming up throughout this whole entire freaking thing. It's like you have this duality, okay? I mean, or maybe it's just because so many people are clicking on this that we have the fiery group and we have the chill group, or this is both sides of your personality. You can be bossy yet soothing. You can be fiery and tempered like, but you know how to reel it in. I feel like you understand the cycles of nature and the cycles of life, and what goes up must come down, and you understand that what you put out comes back. For some of you, definitely. So let's get a little bit more into this. We have, oh my God, look at more fertility. The green man, rising energy surge and fertility. You have like this fertile vibe about you. I really feel that heavily. Again, we have more healers. Energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. My God. So I feel like that this is you most of the time, but if someone fucks with you, you get like this. You know what I'm saying? You can be fiery, but the majority of the time you're calm and you're like this total soothing, just fucking goddess type energy, like this hardcore feminine. Even if you're masculine, you have that, because I'm seeing both, okay? I feel like you've got both in check, both of them. You're in tune with both energies, okay? You're in tune with the goddess side, but you're definitely in tune with that God side, okay? We have leadership. Take charge of this situation. See, and that's this Aries right here. Self-starting, on a mission, you know, bossy, assertive, you know, taking leadership roles, the teacher, the Hierophant, abso-fucking-lutely. This is your abilities. I feel like you just have this ability to bring about fertility, and you have the ability to teach, lead, and heal others for sure. Artist, light attributes, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. The shadow attributes are using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. Ew. So we have child eternal, light attributes, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, which is very artistic, okay? When you are a creative person, this is just something that you are, okay? Shadow attributes, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. But I don't get that from you guys. I feel like definitely, whenever we have the light, like I've said for all the piles, if we have these attributes, then we have both attributes within us. To recognize the shadow attributes and acknowledge them, you know, say, I see you, I understand, and I know I'm capable of this. As long as you do that, you can keep them in check. If you try to bury them down deep and ignore them, they usually will come rearing their ugly head and cause you drama. So it's really important to get in touch with these shadow attributes of yourself in order to keep them in check and to keep the balance, okay? Next we have, we do those last. Another archetype we have is the medallion. And I have no idea what this means. Let's take a look at that, shall we? All right. Where is my book? Okay, the medallion. Well, obviously look at this, what she's got in her hand. I bet you this is about manifestation. I mean, I have no idea what this card is going to say. I don't know, but I do get the vibe that it has to do with something to do with manifesting or turning something into gold, maybe. Because she's holding that pentacle in her lap, and even on his belt he has something like that. Let's see. I also get this by looking at this before I read this. Chakras. I feel like you guys tapping into that chakra energy is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful for you guys. I feel like you have the ability to tap into this and realign these and use this energy whenever you need it. It's really, really potent and powerful in you guys, I feel like. So we have the medallion, which is page 183. Again, the back of the book. What? I mean, this has just been all day. The amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. Do you believe that objects contain supernatural properties? When have you experienced this to be true? Imagine if you and your family, school, or social group had a crest, emblem, or amulet. What would it be? Draw it. When in light, upholding tradition, protecting and honoring. When dark, burdensome inheritance and habituation. So they say to go deeper for this ancient Egyptian scarab amulets. So they're saying to use that or look at those. The passing of a sacred object is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material values, other that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect, and why? Is there an object you have held on to for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. Okay, fascinating. I just got really hardcore tingles, okay? If there is some kind of symbology or kind of symbol or something that you've been extremely attracted to, this is a call for you to get that and wear it and carry it with you or whatever. All right? I definitely have some of these. You know, I was called to the rings that I'm wearing on my hands for sure, which, you know, they have symbolic meaning to me from past life stuff, as well as just the meanings behind the crystals and the stones that I'm wearing right now. The snake is definitely my jam. It's kind of funny because I literally was dreaming of it the other night. Getting kissed by a snake and getting bit by a snake on my sacral chakra. Yeah, okay guys. So whatever kind of medallion or something like that you're being called to, or if there's some kind of symbol that you keep seeing or you keep paying attention to, this is your personal power medallion. And it could be of significance to you and have some kind of magical power to it. It can help just focus and direct your energy to bring about more power and more manifestations, or to balance out your power or whatever. Look into that. I'm really curious. Comment in the comments boxes below, or the comments below, and tell me if what you're attracted to. And then I'll tell you what I have. I'll share it with you. Because maybe it might resonate for you guys too. Who knows? So let's move right along here. We have Magenta Dragon. Enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Wow. Okay, so the color magenta might have some kind of, you might see it in your dreams. If you notice, there's flames around this dragon as well. Also, we have this, like, you know, I forgot what these are called, these flowers. I grew up in Southern California, so these grew all over the place. Around kind of where I lived. A lot of people had those in their yard. Fire pokers, red hot fire poker or something. Like, I can't remember what that's called. They're really, really pretty though. But that looks kind of like, they look like flames. So that might have some significance to you. So, and I really feel like this and this somehow go together. Okay. It's just like what my intuition is saying. Through this, using your medallion or whatever it is, you might trigger something, and along with doing, like, wearing it while you're doing chakra work or chakra healing. Okay. I also feel like getting outdoors and doing this work is really potent and powerful for you guys. So we have prosperity. Are you fucking kidding me? No way. Okay. And I believe this is, hold on. Harvest time. For sure. Okay. What you have wished for will flourish into fruition. You are rewarded for your hard work. Don't give up, for success is just around the corner. Your positive attitude and gratitude leads to good fortune. Prosperous circumstances surround you. You reap what you sow. Exactly. What you send out comes back. You reap what you sow. I feel like you guys get this point. And if you don't, you need to, because it's a fact of the universe, okay? This is just how the universe works. It's physics. Our ancestors implemented the cycle of the crops and understood how they reflected the human cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This harvest marks the gathering of the grains and celebrates the sun god Lu, who is cut down in his glory only to rise again next year. This is a time of feasting, a time of plenty, and for acknowledging the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. This kind of energy has been coming up pretty much with like all of the piles, which I find really interesting. So this is obviously a collective consciousness thing, that it's really important for all of us at this time to recognize these cycles in life of life, death, and rebirth. It's a constant. It is a very potent, ancient, underlying, factual thing of life, okay? And since you have this Queen of Pentacles energy, I feel like you guys definitely are tapped into this. You guys get it, okay? Moving right along, we have Saint Germain, karma releasing. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. And I do feel like since you have that healing energy, perhaps you guys, much like some of the other piles, have this ability to help people heal energy, heal their karma. You can give them the tools and the guidance in which to release old karma. Or perhaps when you enter a room, you're just kind of a karma releasing, like having a relationship with you is a karma releasing thing, because you teach people values and understanding and integrity. And so therefore they are able to upgrade spiritually and energetically and release old karma. Okay. So we have, oh my God. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Wow. Okay. Let's see what this has to say. Oh my God. That is so awesome. What a beautiful energy to have. Jeez, you guys. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, okay. Oh. Lightworker starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time is running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually on an individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, a collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission to step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up, and then lose yourself in doing it, you'll light up the world without even trying. Wow. So I feel like some of you are just really beautiful, passionate artists, healers. You're wonderful leaders. You set a really good example. I get really soothing energy off this. Maybe because it's, you know, the light worker thing and the starseed thing, for sure. So, glamour. Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. Okay. I feel that other people view you as very glamorous and very beautiful. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to walk around looking like a runway model, okay? So fuck all that shit. Don't even have that in your head. You can look at somebody and through their eyes see their beauty, okay? It's just how they carry themselves, how they speak, how their level of gentleness, their compassion. It's what makes you incredibly beautiful, outside as well as in. And I really feel that this group has that ability. You're just like fucking very Earth Mother, just beautiful, just soothing, and just, oh, you know what I mean? That's just like what I feel around you guys. It's that kind of energy. It's just like amazing motherly type of energy. There's like this beautiful motherly figure who has her fiery side. Don't piss mommy off, but it's like you just have this, just people just want to follow you and listen to you because of how loving and encouraging you are, I feel like, okay? So we have the Restorers. Wow. And we have Boar. Well, and we have Guardian Angel. You are not alone. And you have Light Worker. So I feel like this group is definitely Light Workers or Earth Angels for sure, okay? Let's see what this Restorers is. How many of you work with herbs or herbal magic? I'm curious. I have no idea what this is about. Oh, and this is the last page in the book. I have gotten so many of these today. Okay. Retreat, balance, and calm. See, I told you. And look at her with her beautiful long flowing hair and her with her beautiful long flowing hair. I don't care what color your hair is, what color your skin is. I feel like you guys have got it going on in this department. And I feel like you really embody that goddess-like energy. Even if you're male or female, I think that there's something about your hair. It's like your crowning glory and you're fucking gorgeous. I feel like you're really beautiful. Like, seriously. I mean, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter what color it is, where you're from, what's your background, you got it going on, okay? Okay. Although adventure and excitement are necessary ingredients of life, we also need periods of peace and calm. Oasis in our busy lives. Drawing this card in a reading may mean that you should create such a time for yourself now. Retreats are an important part of spiritual practice, and in druidry, God, I can never say that word. These can include visiting old sacred sites and walking the old tracks, but wherever you are, you can take a retreat. Even if you are busy, see if you can withdraw from your schedule for 3 hours, during which time no one disturbs you and you treat yourself to whatever will help you find calm. Better still is a longer retreat, 3 days or more, in a setting close to nature. By taking such a break, you give your body and soul a chance to catch up with each other and to find balance once more. And you know what's interesting is like you have all this green energy around you. And I feel like definitely some of you guys are really good with plants and nature. You can be herbalists. You're good with making potions, tinctures, concoctions, beauty remedies, healing. doing stuff like that. Herbal medicine, I get that. So let's take a look at the boar, which is interesting because that's on my family crest when I was growing up. It's also related to Freyr and Freya. So, which I think that's interesting, that's on my family crest, because it is directly related to that, which is, obviously my ancestors came from Vikings. There's no doubt about that, especially considering where they came from. So, okay, boar. The warrior spirit, leadership and direction. There you go. Again, it's come up. Okay. Torque can open you to the warrior spirit, helping you to find your direction in life. A wild and powerful animal, he calls you into the forest to discover a secret about yourself and about the world. The ritual boar paths that exist in Wales, Cornwall, Ireland, and Scotland, there you go, exist in the inner world too. And if you follow them, you will come face to face with an animal embodying the wild and untamed power that lives within each one of us. Stare closely at him, and you will discover that he is a representative of the goddess. His skin can heal you. He can inspire you to write music and poetry. Artist. His primal power can make you the leader and chief. See if you can use your wildness and your energy for genuine acts of heroism in a world that longs for insight and healing. Motherfucker, there you go. Unbelievable, you guys. Wow. Okay. Shit. You're definitely leaders and healers. No doubt about that. And you guys have got some powerful, fiery shit going on in you as well. Because you got that fiery stuff here. You got the fiery stuff here. I feel like you're very, very intriguing people. Okay. So next up for our final, oh, what? Okay. We have Raven, and we have Turtle, and we have Horse. Wow, you guys are beautiful spirits. I mean, just shit. You got some amazing energy going on here. Okay, so let's start off with Raven. News. Keep your senses about you. News or a significant announcement is coming. Do not believe everything you hear unless it is from reputable sources. Gather information and guidance before making decisions. We can stride through other worlds, not just this one, in order to understand our nature. So I definitely feel like you guys have the ability to tap in to, you guys can possibly astral travel. Astral travel could definitely be something that you guys do. Absolutely. You might get messages from, you know, other dimensions, realms through sleep. You know what's interesting is he has a shield and a sword that looks like a Viking too in his mouth. That is fucking funny. Okay, so we have, next up, for our final cards, we have Turtle and we have Horse. Okay. So let's see what we got going on with this one. Ancient soul for Turtle, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. See, there you go. Ancient soul. I do feel that. I feel like you've definitely got that star seed, light worker, guardian angel type vibe to you, for sure. It's amazing. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and the water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. Wow. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance, go on an adventure. And you actually had that in this card, is go on a pilgrimage, Go somewhere else. If you ever start to feel stagnant, especially if you're in the arts and you work in the arts, you know how incredibly important it is to take those breaks, especially if you reach a block and you get so fucking frustrated because you can't create. So it's really important to rest, recharge, and take a retreat and go somewhere else and just take a break and just go absorb the world. I mean, when I was in art school, they told us to travel a lot, because it actually helps to inspire and spark creativity within you, because you visit different lands, different cultures, see different things, and it just like rekindles a fire within you and helps to create. So we have horse. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got horsey. What is that? It's the little... Come on. Oh God, really? Sorry guys, I'm pooped. Oh, of course, it's the last one here, right? Okay, momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us, and that's interesting because you guys have all this earthy energy shit going on, and you have that Queen of Pentacles, you know, the Hierophant. Yes, absolutely. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum, so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice, physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, okay? Are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. So I really feel like exercise, taking breaks, and meditating on a regular basis is really highly beneficial to tapping into all of your powers and your gifts, okay? When in balances, it achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away and feels weak. To bring it to balance, strength training. So slap some weights around in the gym, okay? Do a bunch of push-ups and pull-ups. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up your reading. Please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell so that you are notified of further videos that I put out. In the drop-down box, there's information for personal readings with me or me and my Pisces twin. There's also Amazon and Ko-fi information there for you guys. And once again, I thank you so much for being here with me today, and I look forward to reading for you again in the next one. Bye.